Andy Kirkfield on the Fulton campus of Itawamba Community College. This is Michael Upton. I'm joined in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth by the man himself, Coach Andy Kirk here. Welcome, Coach.
Glad to be here. It's another beautiful day that we've picked to broadcast. Maybe we're the lucky broadcasters for the weather for our baseball and softball team.
We are. Don't say it too loud, and then Gore will just try to make us be out here, and he'll slip off back to the lake and find something he needs to do. A lot of you tune in. You usually hear Adam Gore. He was traveling this week with our women's basketball team who competed in the national tournament for NJCAA women's basketball, and they're all traveling back from Wyoming, and we wish the team and the athletic staff that went safe travels as they make their way back here to Fulton. We do thank you for tuning in today. Got an exciting MACC matchup here between your ICC Indians and the visiting CoLin Wolves.
CoLin comes in with a record of 25-3. They've actually won 23 in a row.
That's pretty impressive.
They've the only losses they have on season come as a neutral site, and they are 12-0 in conference play as we're almost after today be at the midway point of the conference standing. So they're coached by Malia Hauer, assisted by Amber Beal.
Fantastic. So the coaches have had their meeting at home plate with the umpires, and so we will go to the field for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Community College and your Itawamba Community College. Leading off for the Wolves, playing shortstop number 11, Braley Phillips. Batting second, playing third base, 00, Olivia Baines. Batting third in the DP position, number 16, Taylor Epperson. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 5, Erie Williams. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 13, Kinley Madre. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 10, Emery Warren. Batting seventh, catching, number 20, Morgan Chisholm. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 2, Abby Burnett. Batting ninth, playing center field, number 26, Carson Huey. And your pitcher, number 17 in the circle, Emily Richard. Led by head coach Malia Howard, assisted by Amber Bell and Terry Bauer. And now for your Indians. Leading off, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing right field, number 1, Jory McKnight. Batting second, a freshman from Biloxi, Mississippi, catching, number 13, Maddie Porter. Batting third, a freshman from Kossuth, Mississippi, in the DP position, number 19, Andy Marler. Batting fourth, a freshman from Jackson, Tennessee, playing third base, number 18, Taylor Shan. Batting fifth, a sophomore from Mobile, Mississippi, playing center field, number 11, Lakeland Nichols. Batting sixth, a freshman from Madison, Mississippi, playing shortstop, number 20, Ella Duhan. Batting seventh, a sophomore from Pontotoc, Mississippi, playing first base, number 14, Sadie Stegall. Batting eighth, a sophomore from Russellville, Alabama, playing second base, number 2, Jenna Whitfield. Batting ninth, a sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee, playing left field, number 10, Taylor Graham. And your pitcher, a sophomore from Jackson, Tennessee, number 7, Alyssa Cliff. Led by Coach Madison Monson. Please direct your attention towards left field for the national anthem.
Whose
And welcome back to Fulton campus here on Itawamba Community College. We have a MACCC doubleheader today with CoLin Lady Waves coming up north here to play our Itawamba Lady Indians in softball. We talked a little bit about CoLin. ICC is coming in with a 21-10 record, 5-3 at home, 8-5 away, 8-2 on neutral, and they are 6-6 in the conference with Coach Owens and Coach Monson. Our Indians have been on a 4-game conference road skid, which we know how the road is so tough in the MACCC and all sports and stuff, and they're excited to be back home, where we had an exciting win against Holmes last time we were on this field. 8th inning, bottom of the 8th inning, exciting win. Actually, and our pitcher today, number 7, Clift, in the game 1 against Holmes, threw a no-hitter. And Clift is your MACCC pitcher of the week.
She is indeed. Not only did she get that no-hitter, she also surpassed 100 strikeouts on the year in that game. So she's continued to add to those impressive numbers here. And she's about to get ready to have the opening pitch, that Guarantee Bank opening pitch, getting ready here in just a second. This will be Phillips, the shortstop for CoLin, leading off. As she settles in, Cliff gets in the box. And that first pitch a little low and away for a ball. Your Guarantee Bank opening pitch coming at 1:03 p.m.
Phillips has been an excellent leadoff hitter for Lady Wolves, batting .400 batting average coming in today's game.
That one comes in on the corner, gets the strike.
She also has 13 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs, and 28 runs batted in to be second on their team in RBIs.
And obviously means they get a lot of production on their lower end to get on base for her to do that as a leadoff hitter. That one a little low in the dirt. Count goes 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter Phillips.
CoLin as a team comes in with a .391 batting average, which was second in the league conference-wise.
Swing and a miss there on one moving away from her. So now the count evens at 2-2. Cliff going to look to try to get her first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. I think she averages about 7 or 8 a game, I think. That one swung on, fouled back into the net.
You're exactly right, Michael. She is 5th in the conference, averaging 8.77 strikeouts per game in 17 games. And coming off we always talk about pitchers. Sometimes they can pitch as good as they can. Their team just isn't giving enough runs. She's coming off a 2-1 loss at Northeast earlier this week, where she was outstanding and just did not have enough run support.
Another one foul back. This time she swings just underneath, gets a piece of it, sends it straight back into the net.
When you've got a dominant pitcher, as Clift has been all season long, that's one thing opposing teams have tried to do against her is just run her pitch count up and see if they can get her out of the game early. But she has been a bulldog in that circle all season long.
Another foul tip back in the net. Count remains 2-2. You're right. I mean, as a leadoff batter, obviously you want them to get on base. But the more pitches a leadoff batter can take, so that the rest of the team can see them, see the movement, see the motions, and put those pitches on her early is always big for the batting. Another one is stroke out to center. Nichols goes back, and she's able to catch it to one shot, bobbles it twice, but is able to haul it in. So
she's actually, they've called it, the third base umpires called it safe. I think it hit off of her and then went off the wall is what he's saying. They're going to, umpires going to get together and see who had the best view of it. She did catch it, and then it popped out of her glove, and she kind of bobbled it around. It never hit the ground. It's only going to be a matter of
So the wall is different from the ground?
It's different. If it hits the wall, that's a part of the field, so it would be like it's down.
So even if it hits the player first. So
nope.
Okay. Reversing that. They're going to call her out. So that's going to be a fly out to center.
F8, and the Coach Howard is questioning the third base umpire of why the first base umpire would reverse the call. But it's a good job by the umpires to get together. The first thing you want to do is make sure you get the call correctly. So if he was able to get a better view and did not see it touch the wall and she made the clean catch, then we'll take it.
Well, our good friend Adam Gore always tells me that every time we come in the ballpark, we see something new, and that's a new one for me today, to see one to hit a player and then potentially hit a wall and understand that rule.
While we have a little time here, our baseball team is traveling today. They're starting at 1 o'clock as well, playing at CoLin in baseball. But we're glad to have our friends from Wesson and the CoLin and all over the area who are, listening to us today with the softball action.
Yeah, anyone who's out there listening to us today, whether it's ICC or CoLin fans, thank you for joining us. Let us know that you're out there listening. We'll give you a shout-out on the air today. This is going to bring up Baines, the third baseman, as the second batter of the day for CoLin. Outside corner for strike one.
Baines comes in batting .429 on the season. She has 10 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, and leads the team with 32 RBIs.
Another one on the outside corner also catches the strike, so Cliff quickly ahead of Baines 0-2. And, Coach, a team that's got a record of 25-3 with 23 straight wins, they've had some offensive production up and down the lineup.
That's exactly right. And Baines is 20 for 20 in stolen bases, so you definitely want to keep her off base here.
Gets her to swing and miss on the outside once again, so that is your very first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Alyssa Clift. Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. Find out why at renaissancebank.com.
That is that strong, late-breaking curveball that Clift has had all year to go wrong with that mixture with her rise ball. That is a nice mix right there.
This will bring up the DP for CoLin, Efferson.
Efferson comes into the day batting .366 on the year with 6 doubles, no triples, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs. She does have more walks, 11, than 9 strikeouts, which is impressive.
So first strike to her. Second pitch coming now. Swing and a miss there. So Clift once again quickly ahead of another batter, 0-2.
Efferson is DPing in this game, as you said, but she's been their game 2 starter in the circle. So we'll see if we'll see her either this game or the next game pitching some for them.
Outside corner, but off the plate there. So Clift has been working that outside edge to the right-handed batters. Had a lot of success there so far. Got Baines to chase one, did not get Efferson to do so. So now a 1-2 count. Gets her back over that inside the outer edge. Second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. So 2 quick strikeouts and 3 up, 3 down for the Indians in game 1. So now we'll stay here for just a moment and give you your starting lineups for game 1, your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. The starters for the Wolves, who come in today with an overall record of 25-3 and a 12-0 conference record.
Yes, for the Lady Wolves, leading it off, number 11, as we just saw here in the top of the first inning, Breeley Phillips playing shortstop. In the 2-hole, 00, Olivia Baines playing third base. In the 3 spot, number 16, Taylor Efferson, the DP. In the 4 cleanup spot, number 5, Avery Williams playing first base. 5-hole, number 13, Kinley Madare playing right field. 6 spot, number 10, Emery Warren in left field. 7-hole, 20, Morgan Chisholm, that's the catcher. In the 8 spot, number 2, Abby Burnett playing second base. 9-hole, number 26, Carson Huey playing center field. And in the circle for the Lady Wolves will be number 17, Emily Richard.
All right, and now your starters for the 21-10, 6-6 in conference Indians, ICC and Coke. Now that's a winning combination, and Coach Munson hopes she has that same winning combination put together here in game 1.
Exactly. Leading off will be Jordy McKnight. In the 2-hole will be Maddie Porter. In the 3 spot, DP A.B. Marler. Cleanup, Taylor Shands playing third base. In the 5 spot, Lakeland Nichols, center field. In 6 spot, be number 20, Ella Duhan playing shortstop. 7-hole, Stegall playing first base. 8-hole, Whitfield playing second base. 9-hole, Graham playing left field. And, of course, we saw Alyssa Cliff there in the circle.
So first pitch to McKnight from Richard. Up and away. Ball 1. McKnight kind of showing like she's going to go for possibly a slap hit here. Infield is playing in. Second baseman is almost even with the pitcher. Just a half step from being even with the pitcher there.
Just like with all 14 of your doubleheaders that you have in conference play, you're going to have game 1, 2 excellent pitchers in the circle. Richard comes in with a 1.17 ERA, which is 3rd in the conference.
Very impressive. Third pitch is inside, so McKnight quickly ahead, 3-0. You got to expect a red light here. ICC would love to get a leadoff runner on base. If she can draw the base on ball walk. That one up and away, so 4 straight pitches puts McKnight at first base.
Great start for the Indians. Richard is 9-0 on the season. Those 9s win are tied for 7th in the MACC, and she is 9th in the league with 64 strikeouts and 71 innings pitched.
Well, it's going to be key for the Indians to be able to attack her early, and getting that leadoff on there is big. So this will bring up Porter, the catcher. She's having a great year behind the plate and at the dish for the Indians. She shows bunt, pulls back. There goes McKnight running. The throw is off to the left, and it overthrows the shortstop. McKnight will go to third. She'll slide in and safe there. So you got a stolen base, gets her to second, and then E5.
It's going to be an
E6. I mean,
it's going to be actually an E
catcher.
on the catcher, E2 on the catcher, and we did have obstruction on the shortstop who was laying on the ground, had contact, so she's going to be safe at third base
no matter what.
But that is great start here for the Indians. Porter comes in with a 400 average. She has 14 doubles, no triples, 3 home runs, 20 RBIs. She has 30 walks, only 14 strikeouts, and she's 14 for 18 in stolen bases. So she has been a run producer for the Indians all season long.
Great opportunity for her to do that here. No outs, runner on third for the Indians. Porter at the plate. ICC known for its aggressive on-the-base style of play, and it comes in big here already. That pitch away. Ball 2. So far, Richard, one of the better pitchers in all of the MACCC, has thrown 6 pitches, and they've all been balls. Tries to come back inside, but that one rises up too high. So a 3-0 count to Porter now.
Yes, and it's like you said, 7 straight balls. You're definitely on the take until she shows she can throw a strike right here. She's struggling getting this game started for her.
That pitch floats up and away, so 4 straight balls to both the first 2 batters, and some aggressive base running by ICC puts runners at the corners with no outs, and here comes your DP, A.B. Marler.
Coach Howard's coming out to talk to her pitcher, but also her entire defense, since it is a first and third situation. The Lady Wolves do have a couple of arms getting loose in the bullpen, so it would be huge for the Indians if they could get into the bullpen here early against the ace. CoLin's coming off a long 9-inning game against Gulf Coast just a couple nights ago. So, and then traveling, it is hard. Like I said, anywhere in this league you play on the road and not at home, it's a disadvantage. It's hard to win on the road. So, love seeing the Indians and what they have put together here so far. You just got to cash it in, Michael.
Exactly. When you're ICC and you're playing against a highly ranked team like this who puts up a lot of offensive production, you need to take advantage of your opportunities. And, man, have you been gifted one here. First and third with no outs. One of your best power hitters coming up to bat. There's going to be the home plate umpire is going to go up and break up what's been a pretty long mound visit for anytime I've covered a softball game. And at one point, the coach came out, kicked around the back line of the box for the pitcher, and now they're all breaking up and coming back here. So the offense for ICC also meeting up with Coach Munson during that break, understanding what their plans are.
Yes, Marler coming to bat. She is batting .374 on the year with 6 doubles, 5 home runs. She leads the team with 30 RBIs and 11 walks, only 4 strikeouts. She is our RBI producer that we would love right here to get Porter in scoring position and see if she can get 2 runs in this bottom of the first inning for our Indians.
Third base playing in, most of the defense playing traditional places. She shows bunt, pulls back. There goes the runner to second, and that's going to allow the runner to come home. She's thrown, and she is thrown out at the plate. So ICC tries the first and third deke. Do get safe at second, but unfortunately McKnight gets thrown out at home.
That was the second baseman, so that will be a 4-2 out. Didn't look like McKnight was going off the throw, but when she saw the throw was short hop to the second baseman, she hesitated, then she took off, and putting the pressure on the Wolves to make a play, and they did. The second baseman was able to field the short hop and make a good throw to the catcher to get the out. We still do have a runner in scoring position with Porter at second, so need Marler to come through for us right here like she has all season long.
So the count, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out now. Still a runner on second for the Indians. Marler steps back into the box. Umpire's ready to go. That pitch, she swings at an outside pitch that she catches a piece of. Fouls back toward the Chad Case honorary pickleball courts there.
Most definitely. I don't think Coach Case has made it back in town yet to place his pickleball, but he'll probably be out all weekend if the rain will hold off for him.
I assume they stopped along the way to get some matches in at various states. Play pickleball in every state. That one away and up. And Richard still struggling to find location there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Although, no, that should be 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm looking at the scoreboard. I believe they have it backwards. So it should be a 2-1 count here. The foul ball being the only strike. That one she swings on, lifts up into right field. Right field comes underneath it, does haul it in. Porter acts like she's going to run, but just gets the throw to see if maybe a mistake will be made, but she will hold at second.
Great job by Porter. That's what you want to do. Fake the tag up and at least see make that right fielder throw that ball. Maybe she'll throw it away and you can advance one more run. We haven't talked about the wind. It is blowing in right over the scoreboard, coming in from left field a little bit. Just a little breeze, but not a whole lot of wind compared to what we had here last week.
Indeed. May have had an effect on Phillips' initial fly ball to start the game, but not sure. This is going to bring up Shands, the third baseman for ICC. Takes the ball outside, so Richard continuing to struggle to find the strike zone. She's been helped out by an aggressive base running at ICC that got a runner thrown out at home, and then a fly out to right field. So ICC with a runner on second, 2 outs, hoping Shands can come through here and drive in an opening RBI. That one right down the middle.
Yeah, in hindsight, you would think if McKnight would have stayed at third base, that she would have been a sac fly to right field. But, you love the aggressiveness of the Indians, and we've seen it all year. So that's all we can expect.
That last pitch considered a little too low for the umpire's liking. So, again, 2 balls. That one high. Once again, a 3-0 count. 3 out of the 4 batters for ICC have seen 3-0 count so far.
Shands comes in batting .337 with 8 doubles, 1 triple, 9 home runs. I don't think that's enough wind to keep her from getting one out here today, and 25 RBIs.
We saw her go both fields and get home runs 2 weeks ago against massive wind. So that one right down the center on that 3-0 count. Yeah, against Jones in game 1, she got 1 to left, 1 to right, and the wind did nothing to stop her that day. On a day that we assumed that the wind would keep everybody in.
Exactly right. Yeah, that's right here, 3-1 count. She should get a good pitch to hit.
Shar delivers. She gets a piece of that one, drives it deep, deep, deep to left, but goes foul, foul, foul toward the parking lot.
She was probably looking middle in there for something to, pull to left field, and the screwball just came in a little bit too far. But now 3-2 count. She still got to come at her.
Yeah, full count with 2 outs, runner on second. Swings and misses on one, up and away. So a Renaissance Bank strikeout for Richard, her first of the day, ends the threat, and ICC walks away from a first and third no-out situation with no runs to show for it. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, can I help you with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a skilled swordsman. A master chef.
Needs more lavender.
A wonder at word games.
2 tries, every time.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
LSU takes it. We'll be back next March.
Come on, y'all. This is what we've been working for. We gotta forget about last year. It's right here, right now. Y'all ready?
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We moved to the top of the second inning. This is Cliff still on the mound for the Indians, and Williams, the first baseman for CoLin, comes up to bat. She hits one to third. Chance picks up, throws easily to Stegall. So one pitch and an out, just what Cliff likes to see. That 5-3 put out of Williams. So fast, Coach Kirk didn't even have a chance to give any stats there. So we'll talk about Williams next time she gets a plate appearance. This is going to bring up Dare, the right fielder for the Wolves, batting in the 5th spot today.
This Wolves lineup is extremely deep. This Dare is batting .405 on the year with 3 doubles, 2 triples, no home runs. Left-hander, looks like she might be able to slap. She does run up to slap. 9 walks, 9 strikeouts, and she's 10 for 10 in stolen bases. So definitely need to keep her off base here.
First pitch low and inside is a ball. The Indians all playing in. Infield drawn in, outfielders up very shallow, so they are expecting her with nobody on to perhaps do that slap motion, as you said. Another inside pitch, also not in the zone. So this is this is the first left-handed batter we've had so far for Cliff to face. So she's been working against those righties, getting that call on that corner. Now she's trying to get it in there when it's an inside call for the lefty. That one, a little bit of a delayed call, but does catch the corner on the inside, so maybe that helps Alyssa fine-tune that in there. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Dare.
Sometimes it does make a difference having a lefty, first time you see a lefty after you've seen so many right-handed batters.
Swing, checks it, going to appeal. Third base umpire says she does go, so that'll even the count, 2-2.
It looks like we have a lefty on deck as well.
Yes, Warren is lefty as well. That one, try to get her to chase something on the outside. She holds off. Not a bad spot to miss if you got a pitch to spare, but now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out with nobody on base here, top of the second. No score between ICC and CoLin. That one she makes contact with, jams her on the inside part of the bat. She just lifts it back into the net softly. So the count will remain full.
Just one of those pesky left-handed batters. You know, she's got speed with those 10 stolen bases, and, you know, she does have 5 extra base hits, so the outfield does have to take good angles if she gets one by our infielders.
That pitch, she makes contacts on this one, floats it over on top of the visitor's dugout, bounces off there. So, a good battle going here as Dare was ahead. Cliff battles back to get ahead, even it up at 2-2. Now a full count and a couple fouled off pitches. That pitch makes contact, it's going to float it out to left, and that's going to beat the drawn-in outfield as ICC chases it to the wall. She's going to come all the way there, overthrows the cutoff man. So a couple defensive miscues for the Indians leads to a leadoff triple, a triple for Dare.
Yeah, that was just what I was bringing up, just that possibility if she does find that barrel that one time that's where a line drive can't get over your head, and when you're that shallow and you know she's got speed, that it's hard to chase that ball down.
Yeah, you mentioned she had doubles and triples coming in, and that's one of the reasons why. If you're playing her in shallow and she gets it over your head, there was no checking up. This brings up Warren, the left fielder. She takes strike 1 on the outside corner.
Yes, Warren is batting .423 on the season. She has 30 hits, 6 of those doubles, 3 triples, 20 RBIs, and she is standing in, so she's not a slapper. She's trying to drive this run in right here for the Lady Wolves. Yeah,
they're going to try to take opportunity of an early advantage here. She makes contact, slices it right into the dugout. Everyone ducks. Thankfully, it goes above everyone and doesn't bounce back off that back wall, So Cliff thankfully gets ahead 0-2 here. see if she can minimize the damage and keep that runner stranded at third.
Yes, Clift has 114 strikeouts, which was second in the league coming in today. We need a strikeout right here would be big for the Indians.
Goes outside, see if she can get her to chase. Doesn't do it. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes on the lefty.
Warren has been tough to strike out. She's got 9 walks and only 4 strikeouts in 71 at-bats this season.
The sophomore from Sebastopol, Mississippi.
Oh.
Makes contact. Second baseman gloves, throws to first. The only play she can make with the speed of my dare. And so it's a 4-3, but it does count as a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. It would be the RBI.
It's that RBI.
Yep, just the RBI ground out, and that's what you want to do with 2 strikes. That's a good job by Warren to just put the ball in play, gave them a chance to score with that speed. It was at third base. There was no chance for the Indians to, try to get the runner at home.
So CoLin takes the early lead, 1-0 here in the top of the second. This is Chisholm, the catcher for the Wolves, at the plate. That first pitch hits the dirt and scoots away. So ball 1.
Chisholm is the catcher. She comes in batting .400 in the 7-hole right here. It tells you how deep their lineup runs with 22 hits, 6 doubles, no triples, but does have 4 home runs in the 7-hole.
Second pitch delivered. She grounds it. Second baseman moves over. Whitfield throws it to Stegall, and that ends the inning. So CoLin does get 1 run on 1 hit, and ICC will take the field after we come back.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We move to the bottom of the second inning here in Fulton, Mississippi. CoLin gets 1 run off of the triple from Mydare. She's driven in by Warren there in the top of the second, takes a 1-0 lead. ICC moving to the middle of their lineup to see if they can get that run back. This is Nichols, the center fielder from Morville, stepping in to face Richard. Pitch 1 on the lower outside corner is a strike.
Nichols comes in batting .271 with 23 hits on the season, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, 9 RBIs, and she has 22 out of 25 stolen bases. So she is a table setter if we can get her on base.
She slices that one into the dugout of the Wolves. Second time today they've had to duck out of the way for a foul ball. So she's quickly behind 0-2 here. This is the first time Richard has been ahead of a batter so far. She struggled in the bottom of the first, throwing a lot of throwing a lot of balls.
She was doing both. I agree with you.
Yeah, they did lead to walks, but you can't throw a walk.
She walked the first 2 batters of the game.
And she was consistently behind most of the batters. There, outside pitch for a ball. Takes a count 1-2.
Richard has twice as many strikeouts as walks on the season.
That on the outside corner is away. Evens the count 2-2. So Nichols not chasing anything, evens the count.
Got a good crowd coming out here on a Friday afternoon. If you're in the area, come on and join us here for our beautiful day of softball. We'll be playing 2 games today.
Makes contact on that one. Again, floats it on top of the dugout for the visiting team. So the count remains 2-2. We unfortunately, great crowd, but unfortunately only 3 golf carts in the Armada today. Very disappointed as of last Friday. What did we say our record? Did we get 11 out there at one point last week?
I know we got double figures. We did get to double figures that was a Wednesday weekday, so we'll see how it goes on a Friday here.
That pitch low and away. Good job holding off by Nichols. So evens the count, so full count now. 3 balls, 2 outs, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the second.
I'm going to say we don't get to double figure golf cart because I think who's out of town.
That pitch away. So she walks the leadoff batter for the second inning in a row. ICC once again has the leadoff batter on base with no outs. This will bring up Duhan, the shortstop. And you're right, without our athletic leadership here, that's at least 1 or 2 golf carts missing from the outfield.
That's exactly right. That's what I had in my mind now. We talked about Nichols' speed. She's 23 stolen bases on the year.
First pitch to Duhan is a strike on the outside corner.
Duhan comes in batting .269 on the season with 21 hits, 4 of those doubles, 2 triples, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs, which is huge in the 6 hole here for us.
Shard's second pitch outside but low. Ball 1.
Look for Nichols probably getting motion here pretty quick. We stole those 2 bases in the first inning, fairly easy, even though one of them was a first and third play that the second baseman cut. But you guys keep putting the pressure on the Wolves' defense here.
Pitch inside and up. She gets a piece of it and lifts it high, but left. Lands deep out of the park. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yep.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That's right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball, 2 strikes, because she fouled the other one in there, so that is correct. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Duhan.
A little run and hit or hit and run type action right there, whether we were stealing and the hitter still was free to swing the bat if she liked it.
That pitch low and away. So now the count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Duhan.
Good job by Duhan laying off that pitch. That was definitely a pitcher's pitch. It started on that outer corner and then broke into the other batter's box.
Richard finds the pitch on the counter, sends it in, makes her chase one there, gets just enough of it to foul it off. Nichols did get a great jump there, but we'll have to go back to first. So count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. ICC putting a lot of pitches on Richard here early in the first 2 innings. We'll see if that'll pay off down the road. She makes contact with the fouls. This went straight back over the top of the complex here at Andy Kirk Field.
That takes something to do right now with the new backstop, how tall it is. It usually catches a lot more foul balls than we've ever had before. That ball went straight up over the pole press box.
So count still 2-2 here. ICC no outs and runner on first. Duhan trying to advance her over. Runner takes off. Duhan makes contact, but fouls it back into the net. So once again, Nichols is going to have to trot back to first base.
Do like to give a shout out. Miss Dana's 3rd grade class at DT Cox Elementary in Pontotoc is listening to the broadcast today. Hopefully they'll learn a little bit from me and you, Mr. Upton, on this game of softball. But we're glad to have them join us.
We're excited that they're watching today. Pitch low and away. So now a full count. And by my unofficial count, this will be the 11th. This next pitch will be the 11th pitch of the at-bat. So Duhan really battling here, putting a lot of pitches on Richard, increasing her chances of getting one that she can get a piece of and advance Nichols around the bases. Gets contact there, but lifts it high. Third baseman's going to try to float under it. She moves, and she does haul it in. So that's going to be a pop out to 5. It's the first out of the inning for the Indians.
Yep. She did not get the hit we would like for her to get or get on base, but I'll tell you what, that is a quality at bat with the number of pitches she saw and working the pitcher. And I tell you, I like the approach the Indians have today at the plate.
Speaking of the young folks at DT Cox in Pontotoc, here comes Sadie Seagull of Pontotoc, the first baseman for the Indians, batting here in the 7th position. She shows bunt, pulls back, Nichols take off, and will steal easily as the ball got hung up in the glove of Chisholm, and she couldn't get it out. So an easy stolen base there for Nichols.
Yes, Sadie Stigall coming in playing first base, having a great sophomore year, batting .313 on the season with 20 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs, and 22 RBIs on her sophomore campaign. She is also a dual sport volleyball player here at ICC.
Makes contact, drives us down the left field line, but unfortunately it slices foul just over the third base umpire. So she'll look at a 1-1 count here.
Another good approach right there. Got a screwball inside, just pulled it slightly down the line there. But these Indians they're focused in on Richard. They've seen a lot of pitches just here in 4 outs. And she's only got 4 outs so far in this game.
ICC threatened again with a runner on second. Stigall drives one out to center. Center fielder gets under it. Nichols quickly back to second. So a fly out to center is your second out of the inning for the Indians. And so hoping not to have a repeat of the first inning where we had 2 on and no outs and unable to score. Now we've got a runner at second with 2 outs. Seeing if Whitfield, the second baseman, can do something as she comes to the plate.
Yeah, it looked like Nichols might have been going on that pitch right there and had to get back to second base really quickly as the center fielder tracked that ball down.
The first pitch to Whitfield is inside and up.
Whitfield
but
comes in.
Catches a corner for strike 1.
Oh, wow.
I
looked down after I saw the pitch. I was like, ball
it
went up and in.
It was very elevated
right.
for a strike. But
Whitfield's batting .267 on the campaign with 8 hits, 1 double, 5 RBIs. Pesky little hitter there in the 8 hole, bottom of the lineup, and that's what we need her to do, just keep fighting for us today. And just like the rest of the Indians have, just see a lot of pitches until she gets one that she can hit in the grass and score Nichols, because it won't take much for Nichols to score from second base on anything that gets to the outfield and gets down.
No, she's liable to be home before I can get the words out of my mouth. So that second pitch, low and away, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Whitfield lifts one out to left field. Left fielder gets under it and hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Indians get the leadoff base runner, advance him to second on stolen base, but once again cannot take advantage. They are down 1-0, and we'll come back just a minute with the top of the 3rd.
That's what you do, but I just don't know which way to turn. I'm about to dance in my pants.
Try Little Caesar Stuffed Crazy Crust. Everyone loves it, including Justin Jefferson and all his friends.
Stuffed crust? Buttery garlic spread?
That looks mighty delicious, Justin! It sure does, Mr. Pumpernickel. And at $9.49, it's the lowest price in stuffed crust, with no strings attached. No strings attached? You want a piece of me?
No, Mr. Pumpernickel. Justin, run.
Order delicious stuffed Crazy Crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back, Indian fans. The ICC unable to take advantage of that leadoff walk in the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second. Now we move to the top of the 3rd here. CoLin, the 8-9-1 batter's coming up. This is Burnett, the second baseman.
Yeah, we really would like to see the Indians try to match that one run that the Wolves picked up in the top of the second, but Cliff's back in the circle. She's attacking these hitters. We're about to get back to where this number 9 hole hitter leadoff's on deck. No.
Yeah. 9 hole hitters on deck. So this is the
8-9-1
batter. So 2 quick strikes by Cliff. She has pitched very well. The only thing coming back to haunt the Indians is that floater over the drawn-in outfield when Midair got the triple and was able to be driven in. But as you said, the Indians are going to have to find a way to get Cliff some run support against a team like this.
They sure are. Burnett comes in batting .408 in the 8th hole. She's got 15 hits, 2 doubles, no triples, no home runs, so she's a contact-type hitter.
That one out and away. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Cliff looks in. 2-2 count. Tries to get her on the outside of Chase. Can't get her to do that. Very patient batter. So full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the top of the third. The visiting CoLin Wolves leading ICC 1-0. Gets her to swing and a miss on a nice pitch there. So the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Clift. Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. Find out why at renaissancebank.com. This brings up Huey, the center fielder, in the 9-hole. Got to assume that she gets on base quite a bit because we saw how many RBIs Phillips, the leadoff, has.
You're exactly right. Coming in with a .424 batting average, second on the team.
Clift in with the first pitch strike there. Nice little movement on that one on a left-handed batter to move a little bit right to left.
She has 28 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run with 16 RBIs in the 9 spot, batting left-handed.
Pitch on the outside corner. Nothing there, so evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Will be big for Cliff to go ahead and get this one out as well, so having 2 outs before we get to the top of that lineup is going to be big. Inside pitch that just keeps cutting inside, so ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Scoreboard's not reflecting the out, but did strike out Burnett to start the inning. ICC dugout being very vocal in support of Clift. Strike 2 on the inside corner. Huey wanted to swing at that one, held herself back up, still took the strike.
What Clift has done all year, she has filled up that strike zone. She's a strike thrower and a strikeout. I mean, 114 strikeouts coming into today with only 21 base on balls.
Contact, drives it. Duhan dives for it at the last second, but just can't go to glove on it. So that's going to be an infield single that runs out to the outfield. And now the Wolves with the base runner and only 1 out here in the third. This brings up the top of the order. Phillips, the shortstop. She flew out to center field and was kind of a one that Nichols bounced around but still was able to pull in.
Great job of hitting there by Huey, of just staying on that ball and hitting it in the 6th hole to get it out to left field. She comes in with, she is 4 for 5 in stolen bases on the year. So see if they try out Porter here as a catcher with a runner at first.
Pitch in for a strike 1 on Phillips. Did not see Huey try to take a big jump on that one. They may, as I've seen some coaches do, give it about 2 pitches, and that third pitch is often where you see somebody try to take off.
You got Phillips here. She's got 21 extra base hits on the season as well in the leadoff spot.
Nice outside corner pitch. Clift has really established that corner against these right-handed batters. So now she's got her 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes, 1 out here. Contact, fouls this one back up into the net. Count remains 0-2.
Yeah, one difference that we see from calling the baseball game on Wednesday here is, of course, you had both dugouts that were chanting a little bit and were cheering for their team, but in softball they have so many chants and cheers, it's just hard to keep up with. It's from when they play T-ball all the way up to this level, the college level, the pro level, they stay engaged in the game.
They do. In fact, we've had so many fun ones over the year here, different things in the dugout, the barking dogs, the other things we've had. A lot of fun here. So no balls, 2 strikes to Phillips, the leadoff batter. Goes outside corner, doesn't get her to chase. I will say Clift gets that corner when she wants to, but these CoLin batters have been very patient. They don't really chase too much out there. So now a 1-2 count. Still a runner on first, 1 out here, top of the third. Contact, lifts it up into the netting. So we remain there, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Porter asked for time, I think it's just more just to give Cliff a breather. You know, she has thrown several pitches this inning and got a tough battle with a leadoff hitter and a 2-hole hitter coming up behind her. So just let her catch her breath, regroup right here, and then be able to go back at them 100%.
A lot of fans still coming out this afternoon at the ballpark. If you're in the Fulton area, come out and join us. Free admission, hot beverages and cold drinks in the concession stand run by the Wesley Foundation. good day to be out at the ballpark. So the batter steps back in, and then umpire's got to get his gear back on. So now we'll reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the third. CoLin with a runner on first. And Mrs. Phillips, the shortstop, at the plate. That ball lifts high. Goes 2-2 on the count.
As we mentioned at the start of the game, CoLin does come in as a NJCAA 4th ranked team in the country, and your Indians are number 21 ranked team in the country.
That pitch definitely away, runs it to full. It kind of feels like they don't want to give Phillips anything that she can make contact with a runner on. Trying to stay away from her, see if she'll chase, but she's shown patience so far. So now full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch too high. So that's the first walk issue today by Clift. Puts runners on first and second for the Wolves. And now Coach Munson's going to go out and have a talk. We'll take a quick break and come right back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Welcome back. The visit on the mound is over. Clift ready to face Baines, the third baseman. She struck her out in the first inning, her first Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day. She makes hard contact, fouls it back toward the Chad Case pickleball court here behind the ICC softball and tennis complex.
Baines comes in. She has 18 extra base hits, so you see on the camera there that our outfield is playing extremely deep, so anything over the infield that falls in, the runner at second should score easily, but trying to keep her from any extra base hits.
She shows bunt, bounces this one down onto the plate and foul. So quickly 0-2 to the dangerous hitter for CoLin. And so Clift has worked well when she's been ahead of batters.
Michael, we do have a scoring update from baseball. The ICC at CoLin, bottom of the third. We have a scoreless game, 0-0.
Got a pitcher's duel in Wesson, don't we?
Be a 9-inning game down there and then a 7.
All right, back to softball. Clift delivers. Contact straight back into your living room here in the ICC Alumni and Foundation broadcast booth. If you'd like to know about how you can help support ICC, visit iccms.edu/foundation. So an 0-2 count remains on Baines. Runners on first and second, only 1 out. She's trying to drive some runners in. Cliff trying to limit the damage. Another one fouled straight back into the net.
Good pitch by Cliff. Good battle right here. Baines comes from Simpson Academy. They are a very successful MAIS Academy type program in the state of Mississippi. Won multiple state championships and put a lot of players on the JUCO level and 4-year level in college softball.
So once again, 0-2 count. Cliff gets ready to deliver. Makes contact, floats this one high. Whitfield's going to drift over. Pops out to the second baseman, gets the second out of the inning.
Did not see the umpire make the motion, but that should be an infield fly automatic out there on the
thought
batter.
so too,
but I was looking at both umpire. I don't know if the one behind the plate verbally called it or not.
So with 2 outs, runners on first and second. This will bring up Efferson. She's the DP for the Wolves in this game, often their pitcher in game 2. She also was a strikeout victim to Cliff to end the first inning. She looks at strike 1 on the outside corner.
Yes, that was a huge out for Cliff right there, but the job's not done with only 2 outs. I do see that we are playing Efferson a little bit to pull in the outfield, so that must be the scouting report that the coaching staff got on her as a batter.
Cliff sets to deliver. Gets her to make contact, slices that one foul into the netting. So once again, Cliff quickly ahead of a batter, 0-2. She did the same to Baines for getting her to pop out. So now Efferson going to have to protect to try to keep the inning alive for the Wolves and try to advance some of these runners that the CoLin is threatening us with. That pitch makes contact, drives it out to right. Right fielder will get underneath it. Good job by McKnight just to settle under that one. Gets the out. No damage done there for ICC. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the third right after this.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We move to the bottom of the third here in Fulton. ICC kept CoLin from scoring anything there in the top of the third, so now they're going to try to battle and get that run back that they gave up early. This is Graham, the left fielder, at the plate. She shows bunt, pulls back, only a ball there. So once again, Richard, the pitcher for CoLin, struggling to get ahead of batters. Has been throwing a lot of early balls. Second pitch. This one on the inside corner is a strike. Evens at count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Graham is a reverse transfer coming back from Grambling State. She comes in with a .289 batting average with 11 hits, 1 double, 9 RBIs. She is a slapper.
Makes contact there, drives it up toward the first baseman. She will pitch over to the second baseman, who was in defensive position to cover. So that is the 3-4 out at first base.
Not one that you see in will hardly ever see in baseball.
No,
you will see that in softball, but not in baseball. And talking about baseball, we do have a scoring update. In that bottom of the third or the inning, CoLin scored 2 runs. So heading to the fourth, our Indians are down 2-0.
This is McKnight, your leadoff batter for the Indians. She walked, advanced all the way to third after a stolen base and an error, but was stranded there. She was eventually thrown out at home trying to steal there on a double steal. She takes ball 1 this time up.
Tell you what, also in softball, it takes nerves of steel to play third base and second base. You see how close they play on these slappers when they can swing away at times too.
Well, even more so is today's third baseman for CoLin is not wearing the mask. That's the first time I've seen one in quite a while of a pitcher and a third baseman not wearing it, and we just hope that nothing unfortunate goes her way. So 2-0 count to McKnight. Slaps at that one, gets it foul up into the netting. So now 2 balls and 1 strike.
That is a good point on the face mask. You do have some coaches whose philosophy is as soon as they, in high school or college, whatever, they come in the program, some of them make all the infielders wear face masks. It's just a requirement. It's just kind of your personal preference, with the coaches or the players. But, some do require all of them.
I know, unfortunately, we've had a couple of incidents here since I started being involved with the program where there's been some pretty heavy injuries to a third baseman who caught one because that speed off that bat is so fast and the reaction time is almost zero to get that glove up.
It is. All athletes in all sports are bigger, faster, stronger, and a ball explodes off that aluminum bat at times. And reaction time is just nothing. It just gets on you too quick to be able to react.
So 3-1 count. Takes that one down the middle. So evens it. Runs the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. ICC trails CoLin 1-0. McKnight shows bunt. So pull back. He's going to try to slap at that one, but it's up and in. Ball 4. So McKnight is on base for the second time today, both by walks.
Yes, good. Great job by McKnight working that count. And that comes back to that first at bat she had where she saw all those pitches and got on base.
Umpire's going out check on something there.
In Richard's last outing against Gulf Coast on Wednesday, she went the full 7 innings, only had 4 hits with 5 runs, and none of them were earned. She had 4 walks and 5 strikeouts, so her team made 3 errors behind her to allow those runs. But the Wolves have played good defense so far and helped her get out of some situations these first 2 innings, now 3rd inning.
McKnight takes off with a steal. Is getting there safe. Good throw by Chisholm. Base side, everything she needed to do, but good speed. McKnight down quickly. So once again, a walk and a stolen base puts McKnight at second base with no outs. There's 1 out this time.
And that will be McKnight had her 13th stolen base in the 1st inning, and now in the 3rd, that will be her 14th stolen base on the year.
Umpire's going to come out clean off the plate after that throw out attempt. This is Porter, the catcher, at the plate, who took ball 1.
Yep, one of your better hitters with 17 extra base hits.
She walked in the 1st inning, did steal second, was left stranded there. The 1-0 pitch, outside and away. Oh, but it catches a corner. That's the second one today. We've seen kind of a little high, but that umpire's called. 1 to a left-handed batter, 1 to a right-handed batter. So now the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. ICC with a runner at second. Porter looking to drive McKnight in and tie up this game. That one on the outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
I'm going to say Richard has several family members here, being a Lakeland, Tennessee native, which is Arlington High School, which is right in that Collierville area up there in Memphis suburb. So just a 2-hour short drive down here to Fulton. She probably has some, that she doesn't play this close many times during the season. Come out and watch her play.
Contact, flies deep center. Center fielder gets out there, gets it at the warning track, and McKnight has to run back, scamper in. That's going to be a fly out to center.
Great job by Huey. She was playing kind of medium depth, and that ball was hit well. Got all the way. It would probably hit off the bottom of the wall, and she chased it down. Like I said, McKnight was on the go, so if that ball does land, she's walking home, but she did a good job of getting back to second base, and we need a 2-out hit from AB right here.
We do. This is the 3rd inning in a row. ICC's had runners on bases with 2 or less outs, and we got to drive those runners in. This is Marler, the DP. She flew out to right her first at bat, makes contact. It's going to cut foul. Quick reaction by the third baseman there, as Baines quickly to that one, but was foul before she could get there. So now an 0-1 count with 2 outs to Marler. And as you said, Coach, ICC really needs her to come through here.
Really need to push that first run across and tie this thing up.
Low and away for ball 1.
Everson's had some trouble compared to other games as far as just the strike zone and getting behind in counts and stuff. And at some point, if you can just, tie the game or take the lead, we know AB can give us a lead with just one good swing just to keep some pressure on the number 4 team in the country.
The 1-1 pitch. Contact, driven out to right, in the gap. It's going to be down. It's going to hit the wall into the warning track. Marler's going to hold up at first, but she does get the RBI single, and ICC is tied up 1-1.
Great job of hitting right there, Marler, letting the ball get deep, letting it travel, and hitting that, staying inside the ball where she wore out that right center field gap, and that ball hit off the wall right there. Just a hard line drive, did not have any backspin enough to carry over the fence, but that is what the Indians have in store. They needed to tie this thing up after we had so many opportunities in the first 2 innings and came up with zeros. So it's good to tie it up 1-1.
We are going to have a pinch runner come in for Marler. I'll get you that number in just 1 second. Looks like that's going to be number 8, Emmy Williams. That's wrong one. Morgan Green, excuse me. Coming into pinch run. So this brings up Shands, your third baseman. She struck out to end the first inning. Only strikeout victim from Richard so far.
And we know the power that she has, too. She can put the Indians, put 2 on the board right here with one good swing.
She has one. Richard lets that one drift very high and inside. So ball 1 to Shands.
Green is 9 for 11 stolen bases on the season, so you don't expect her to be at first base very long. Catcher made a good throw last time, but we were still able to get in there with McKnight, and Green has the same type of speed that McKnight has.
So the second pitch inside. Quickly ahead, 2-0 is Shands. Much more productive at bats so far than the last time when she got behind. So we understand we may have some technical difficulties with the video feed. Contact there. It's going to fly this one out into the CoLin bullpen. So 2 balls and 1 strike will be the count for Shands. We will work to get that live feedback up for you as soon as we can, but continue to listen to the melodious voice of Coach Andy Kirk here, and joining me in the broadcast booth today.
And we have a guy that got a special honor today up here in the broadcast booth working on getting it back online.
The man, the legend, Raphael Henry. That pitch floats high and up. So now 1 ball and 3 balls, 1 strike to Shands. Good opportunity here to get a good pitch she can hit with 2 outs, a runner on first. ICC has tied it up in this inning. They're looking to take a lead.
Might put the runner in motion here with a 3-1 count and your top home run hitter.
Inside pitch that she swings on and drives it deep out to the parking lot.
We're not able to see where the ball's going in baseball, but let me tell you, that ball's going to be close to a car.
Yeah.
We're blocked by the stadium. In the old days, we'd be able to see where that ball went, but now with this nice new stadium that we have and press box and the whole thing, it blocks our view a little bit. Runner will be in motion with a 3-2 count with 2 outs.
Pitch floats high. Shands reaches on a walk. Gives ICC an opportunity to continue this 2-out rally here. Runners on first and second. This will bring up Nichols, a center fielder. She walked to lead off.
Did not want to give in to Shands, and probably because of being the slapper on deck, but hopefully Lakin can get something through the infield right here, and we know Green has tremendous speed at second base, and she can score on something, even though the outfield is drawn in for the slapper.
That first pitch low and away, but catches enough of the plate for the umpire's liking. So this is the first batter of the inning for CoLin. This is Williams, the first baseman, facing Clift on the mound for ICC. She strikes 1. It rolls. It's going to roll foul.
Oh, he called it fair.
He called it fair, so she is out 5-3. Good job by Shands to make the play just in case.
And that's the home plate umpire's call. The third base umpire is not able to call any fair or foul balls until the ball gets past the base.
Correct.
He called it fair. I thought it. Yeah, I agree with Coach Howard. It looked like it did go left right there at the end. He might have been blocked by somebody. I'm not sure, but yeah, if you missed it there in the bottom of the third, A.B. Marler with a big single and 2-out RBI single that tied the game up, and then we had a runner thrown out at third base trying to steal third base with 2 outs. So Nichols be leading off for us.
The umpires confer, all 3 of them.
I think they might have. Coach Howard was saying it could have hit off her leg and been a foul ball. I read the umpire's mouth come back across, and he said it hit the plate. So if it hits a plate, the plate is fair, and then it just depends on where the ball goes from. So they were just asking if maybe it hit off her leg as a foul ball instead of where the ball was, whether it's fair or foul going down that third baseline. That's what the discussion was.
Umpires are going to stay with the out call, so that's a 5-3 put out for Williams, her second of the game. This brings up Mydare, the right fielder. She slapped one over a drawn-in outfield in the second inning for a triple, was later driven in on a sacrifice ground out by Warren.
We talk about Midair had 3 doubles and 2 triples coming into the game, and now has 3 triples, and you see our outfield has backed up here to respect her enough, but that's the threat that Slapper's put on you right now, that she's got a chance to drop it back in, since we're playing deeper. But you pick your poison in these situations, and that triple really hurt her. Getting singles right here, she's still got speed to steal bases, but we at triples what led to that 1 run, so we're going to play it more conservative and just cut off the gaps right here and try to hold it at a single.
Cliff quickly gets ahead of her this time, 0-2, with a strike on the inside and then a foul ball into the visiting dugout. We'll see if she can get her as a Renaissance Bank strikeout here. Contact again, fouls this one off to the left. Ooh, that one caught the top and went straight down. Luckily that fan didn't catch anything on the top of the head. Good to see a lot of our football players out this afternoon supporting the softball team. One of the great things here at ICC, all these teams that come out and support each other.
It is, and mentioning them, they'll start practicing next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Contact there. Second baseman's going to come up and can't quite get it. She moved far to her left. It was an easier play for her than for the first baseman, so that's going to be an infield single for Midair. She reaches for the second. Wait, now they're going to – first base umpire is going to call that foul somewhere. Coach for CoLin is just very frustrated in this inning with some of these calls.
Yeah, and that was a do-or-die play for Whitfield. That's all she could do is get with the glove and flip it, but they're saying the ball fouled off the batter's leg, so that will be another strike to, like I said, 0-2 count.
Remains 0-2. She's fouled off a couple pitches. This will be the 5th pitch of the inning. The at-bat, That one low and inside. Doesn't chase it. Count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
One of the things we talk about in coaching, and you try to relay to your players the uncontrollables of the game. One of them is the umpires, the weather, the field conditions. Those 3 things you're not able to control. You just got to do your best and play hard all the time.
There,
great
nice.
pitch.
Freezes her looking. She becomes the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day for Clift.
Excellent. Screwball on the outside half. About the same pitch that she hit over the left fielder's head, but right there she took it, and we'll take that 2 out. Make them have to have a 2-out rally right here. 1-1 game between the number 4 and the number 21 teams in the country. Not just in the state, but in the NJCAA country.
Strike 1 on outside corner to Warren, the left fielder. She grounded out with an RBI to drive Midair in back in the second inning. Yeah, I'd hate to be 21st in the state. There's only 15 of us. So.
You got 15 schools, yes. And
another outside corner. This one too far off the plate. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And we will give you some scores today, finals, once they go final, of the other 6 matches or 6 games. Well, actually, there's 5 games. I think we had 2 schools that played yesterday. They're going on today. We'll get you some of those scores in between games or starting the second game.
That one in the same spot, off the corner to the left-handed batter. So now a 2-1 count with 2 outs. Know that Cliff would not want to lose this batter and give them any type of a 2-out rally. Like to put it away and get the Indians back to the plate. Again, working the outside corner here, but not able to catch it. So now a 3-1 count. I think Warren's probably going to take here, see a very good pitch, one or the other.
With their batting averages coming in, and she's hitting .423 with 6 doubles, 3 triples, she's probably looking for a pitch she can drive and maybe get in scoring position right here. If she gets it, she'll swing it. If not, she'll pass it on to the next batter.
That one does catch the corner.
And that's not the pitch she was probably looking. She was probably looking middle in, something she can hit right center field gap or pull down the line. And just Cliff's been clutch all year.
And she's not afraid to continue to work wherever she's not getting that call until she does find it. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Contact, floats it up right into Duhan's glove. And so a short pop out ends the inning for CoLin. We'll take a short break, come back with the bottom of the 4th.
All right, Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Whoa!
Is
this little fat kid?
Birthday cake comes in. It is so cute. My dad's eating Crazy Puffs again. Don't ask.
Whoa. Have you tried the new bacon ones?
There are bacon ones?
Pizza.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. ICC and CoLin deadlocked, 1-1 tie here. This is Nichols, the center fielder. She walked in the second inning, had a plate appearance in the third, but it ended when the runner was thrown out at third base. Makes contact, going to float this one in over the shortstop, but left fielder playing in shallow is able to run in and get it just before the dirt. So that's a fly out to left to start the inning for the Indians.
And that is really a lot tougher play than you would think for the fielders because of the potential of that ball to be a line drive. For that little triangle to go catch that fly ball, that's impressive by the Wolves defense.
So Duhan, the shortstop, steps in.
Duhan had a great at bat last time. She did fly out to the third baseman. Remember, I think we said 10 or 11 pitch at bat, so she's seen a lot of pitches here to see if that'll make a difference this second time up for her.
Yeah, she battled a lot that last time she faced Richard. That one hits her on the inside knee, or the thigh just above the knee, so she'll get on base the hard way. ICC, for the fourth inning in a row, has a base runner. See if they can take advantage of it like they did in the third inning.
Great job of just holding your ground right there. You don't have to get out of the way of the ball. You're just not able to extend over that plate.
This is Stegall, the first baseman. She flew out to center, her first plate appearance. That pitch right down the middle for strike one to Stegall.
One thing you'd like to see from the Indians is that is the sixth free base runner that Everson has gave us today, which doesn't happen very often for her. So she's a little off today so far, and you would like to get to her again right here if you could.
Contact on the second pitch, going to fly that out of the park on the left side.
When you have really good pitchers, there's only so many opportunities you're going to get in the game. I think the first base umpire is just checking on our runner. Oh, he's called her out for leaving the base early.
Coach Munson is trying to clarify that, but then she'll walk back to third. So Duhan out at first.
Yep.
And now the home crowd calling for an illegal pitch.
I've heard that since the first inning. We're in the fourth right now, and if the umpires ain't called it by now, and they start calling it, you will really get a team upset. Unless she's just totally changed something, but I have not noticed that myself.
Pitch on the outside, she swings and misses for strike three, and that's going to end the inning. And unfortunately, ICC unable to take advantage of a free base runner by the Wolves. We'll take a break and come back for the top of the fourth.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships?
A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
That teaches you skills to improve.
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
LSU takes it. We'll be back next March.
God, this is what we've been working for. We gotta forget about last year. It's right here, right now. Y'all ready?
Welcome back, Indian fans. We now move top of the 5th inning. ICC unable to drive any more runs in there in the 4th. Cliff still on the mound. This time she's facing Chisholm, the catcher. She got her to ground out to the second baseman to end the 2nd inning in her last plate appearance.
Yeah, that last inning, both pitchers dominated. 3 up, 3 down. Of course, we did have the hit by pitch, but yeah, when you got good pitchers and you don't take advantage of those opportunities early, they settle in. Even though you've seen them, they can just get tougher and tougher and tougher as the game goes on.
So Chisholm has worked ahead already. 2-0 is the count. Swings and fouls that one right straight back over Porter's head into the net. So now a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yep, 7, 8, 9. You like to have another quick inning right here by Cliff to get back into her dugout and let her offense see what they can do in the 5th.
Contact lifts that one up into the net. 2 foul balls in a row. Evens that count. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. ICC and CoLin tied 1 apiece. 2 high-ranked teams. CoLin coming in number 4 in the country. ICC number 21. 2 powerhouses in the MACCC battling out here in Fulton today. Contact's going to float that one up out of the park toward the batting cages. So count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Chisholm, the catcher for CoLin.
CoLin comes in 12-0 in the conference. So a lot of teams, I'm sure, throughout the MACCC are cheering on the Indians today.
Swing and a miss on the outside, gets her for her 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. Find out why at renaissancebank.com. Looks like we may possibly have a pinch batter here.
Burnett was scheduled to bat, and it's going to be.
This is number 8. This is Emily Williams.
Williams comes in with a 200 batting average, 4 hits on the year, 2 of those doubles, no triples, and 1 home run. So in her 4 limited action with 4 hits, 3 of them are extra base hits.
Well, that is what you want. You get ICC gets that with like McClendon coming and stepping in, getting big base hits.
McClutch.
Yeah, I like it. So Cliff goes after her. That one floats high for ball 1. Williams from Summit, Mississippi, home of Southwest, but does play here for CoLin. At pitch, right out of the corner. Evens it out, 1 ball, 1 strike.
In baseball action, the ICC at CoLin explodes in the bottom of the 4th, and now we are down 9-0 headed to the 5th inning. So Indian baseball has got to battle back to, get back into that game, that 9-inning game.
Contact floats that one back over the party deck here, back toward the former volleyball court. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Williams, the pinch batter. Yeah, you talked earlier about travel and tiredness. ICC played 2 tough games Wednesday night here against Northeast. They're bitter rivals. Then have to go on the road 48 hours later to CoLin. That pitch off the plate there. 2 balls, 2 strikes now.
Yes, and like we mentioned, started our Lady Indian softball have had a 4-game skid right here, but all those were on the road at East Central and then at Northeast. It's just a tough league on the road to play.
That one floats up and away, makes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to the pinch batter Williams. Clift still working for ICC. She's got 5 strikeouts on the day, has only walked 1. Only given up 2 hits so far on the day as well, so she's pitched well. looking to continue that domination. That one up and away, not good enough. Puts her on base for only the second walk of the day, issued by Clift. This will unfortunately bring CoLin back to the top of their order with only one out.
Up to bat, number 26, Carson Hughes.
I believe it.
Oh, excuse me, I got ahead of myself. Oh, yeah, because that was Williams, a pinch batter. So I marked it wrong on my scorebook. So we are still in the 9 hole with Huey, the center fielder. She got a single back in the 3rd inning. Eventually was moved over to second, but got left stranded there.
Yeah, she had a great at bat her last time, hit that ground ball through the 6th hole there into left field.
Coach Munson come out and take a moment with her team. We'll take a break and come back right after that.
Enjoy.
Stuffed crust, buttery garlic spread. Little Caesars really stepped it up with their stuffed crazy crust.
They really jazzed it up. Yeah! They really plussed this crust up. They really dolled it up.
Everyone out my house. How did y'all even get in here?
The housekeeper gave me a key. Order stuffed crazy crust for $9.49 and get your game day delivered with Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
The meeting on the mound has concluded. Everyone's back to their position. Runners back on first base. Batter, this is Huey, the center fielder, steps back in the box.
I had made a mistake. I thought Cliff only had given up 1 hit, but she did give up the triple, and Huey did have that base hit. So only 2 hits allowed by Cliff through 4 1/3 innings. So
inside corner on the lefty, gets the strike 1.
And Richard has been equally tough, only giving up the 1 hit, but had the 5 walks and the hit batsman. But the Indians have not taken advantage of that to push any runs across for Cliff. But, yes, a dangerous hitter is on deck coming up with Phillips.
That one, ground ball up the center. It's going to be a fielder's choice as it rolls past Cliff. Whitfield steps over, picks it up, steps on second, but not in time to get the runner there. The batter. So Williams out at second on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, that's the best scenario that could happen for the Indians. If Cliff fields the ball, she's probably only going to first base, and then they have a runner in scoring position. So that ball getting through her and getting to Whitfield where she gets the 4 unassisted there at second base. Still got speed at first base. Could be a stolen base attempt right here with leadoff hitter coming up.
That pitch outside and low. Ball 1 to Phillips, your leadoff batter. She's playing shortstop for the Wolves today. She's flown out to center in the 1st inning and drew a walk in the 3rd. She's batting now with 2 outs and a runner on first. See if she can spark a rally for the Wolves. Makes contact, flies that one out of the park on the right side. So she'll go one ball, 1 strike now.
That'd be an ankle biter, probably going up to the pickleball courts up there, if anybody's in that area.
I actually saw our trainer, Nikki Monk, running out to grab that foul ball. So this is also National Sports Trainers Week, and we're so grateful for Nikki Monk and Josh Munt, Contact there is going to go out to right field and hauled in. ICC avoids any damage. Leaves the runner stranded at first. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th after this message.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, Indian fans. Came back a little early, wanted to finish that thought. This, as we were saying there, is National Sports Trainers Month, and we are so grateful for both Nikki Monk and Josh Holt, all the things they do to serve our student athletes here on the ICC campus. And as a coach, you worked with them, Coach Kurt.
I do. They are first-class athletic trainers of our kids going to the training room. I mean, when you play a sport, and especially baseball, softball, and you're playing year-round, you have a tough fall league, and our kids spend a lot of time in that training room, and not only are they just great athletic trainers, they're great people, and they are part of our community, and they're part of our family. When I was here softball coaching, they're part of all the athletics.
They do, and they travel with our teams. They take care of them. They work all kinds of crazy hours to make sure we're taken care of.
Crazy hours is exactly the right way to put it. So you're here with the 8-9 hitters. Both these pitchers settled in and put up zeros there in the fourth, and then Cliff came up, put a 0 on the top of the fifth. So we'll see what our Indians can do in the bottom of the fifth with the bottom of the order coming up for the second time. Oh, my gosh, I keep forgetting that we, even with the number of balls, base on balls and the hit by pitches, we still have not got back to the third time through the lineup because Richard has only give up one hit.
And we've run ourselves out of a couple opportunities as well, giving up some outs on the base path.
I think I called her Efferson earlier pitching, but it's Richard because I'm
You
getting
said
ready
it
for
once,
game
but
two.
It's all right. This is Whitfield, the second baseman. She's got 2 balls, so she's ahead of Richard so far. She flew out to left field in her first plate appearance back in the second inning. Richard steps back, asks for time. Home plate umpire grants that. So Whitfield will step out, take a couple practice swings, and she'll step back in and get ready. That pitch on the inside corner is called a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting second baseman for the Indians.
Neither team has an error on the game as well, and the Wolves have left 3 base runners on base, and we've left 4 so far in this game. It's been a well-played game, low-scoring, 1-1, just exactly what you would expect, in the MACCC action. I mean, with 2 top 25 ranked teams in the country, it's always going to be a battle. You never know what you're going to see when you show up at the ballpark. We say that all the time. It could be a different chapter in the same book, but it's going to be totally different than what you saw from game to game.
2-2 pitch. Contact, fouls this one back into the net. You're right. I mean, we often see ICC play so well here at home. They were able to split and almost sweep the number 3 team in the country, Jones, a couple of weeks ago, and then battling strong here against the number 4 team in the country, CoLin.
Yeah, right now there are 7 teams in the MACCC ranked in the NJCAA poll.
That pitch up and away pushes the count to full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. We're in the bottom of the 5th. ICC and CoLin tied up at 1. Both teams looking for that one inning that's going to make a difference where somebody can break it open and get a lead here. And it almost feels like 1 run might do it. So the way these 2 pitchers have battled so far.
That's exactly right.
Inside pitch, she gets a piece of, flips it up, foul. Third baseman chases, and she does get a hold of it before it runs into the net. So that's going to be a foul out to the third baseman by Williams.
That is a great play right there by that Williams at third. Who's that?
Third baseman is Baines.
That's Baines.
0.
Yeah, Baines at third. That was a great play because she was in that little corner right there before you get into the dugout where that pole is, and she didn't let up. She didn't run the pole, and she caught the ball. Great play.
This is Graham, the left fielder for the Indians. She grounded out in an odd 3-4 play back in the 3rd inning. Slaps that one foul.
Well, we got a moment right here. We do have the rankings there. Just go through them real quick. We talked about Jones is number 3 in the country. CoLin's number 4 in the country. Northwest Mississippi Community College number 9. Northeast Community College is 12th. Itawamba is 21st, and Mississippi Gulf Coast is 22nd. I know Gulf Coast and Northeast are playing each other today, so a lot of those matchups. Every time you show at the ballpark, you're going to see quality softball in this league.
That one outside for a ball, evens count 1-1. Yeah, this league is just a buzzsaw for the high level of softball competition here. Now we've got a third base umpire trying to motion something.
I think we had a ball that was in that just a little bit in our dugout, a little bit outside of the dead zone for it to be. They want to get picked up so it doesn't become a part of a play somewhere.
So 1-1 pitch. She tries to bunt this one. Once again, pushes it foul. So now she's behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. And to add to all those teams you mentioned, a little team called LSU Eunice is They're not in the MACCC, but they are in our Region 23 bracket that we have to worry about in the future, and they're also ranked 13 right there amongst all the Mississippi schools.
That's exactly right. They play a tough schedule, and, yes, they are in Region 23.
Swing and a miss there by by Graham. So she'll be a strikeout victim number 3 on the day for Richard. And that's 2 outs for ICC here in the 5th. We go back to the top of the lineup. So McKnight, the right fielder, hoping she can spark a 2-out rally, get the ICC bat something going here.
We'd like to get that 2-out rally. As you said, with the speed McKnight has, the outfield's drawn in right here.
Outside corner.
And
pushes away for a ball.
As you mentioned earlier with Stegall, McKnight is also a Pontotoc native, and she is a dual participant, not in sports, but she was in the band here at ICC in the fall. She does band, and then she does softball in the spring.
We have amazing students here at ICC that do so many things, whether it's the arts or athletics or in the classroom. And so those opportunities that we can provide for our students are wonderful, whether it's 2 sports, 2 activities, leadership, whatever you want to be involved in, ICC is a great place for you.
It sure is, and I tell you, people don't realize how many hours and how hard it is to do even just one sport and do the academics.
That one grounds up, shortstop dives. She's not able to get up in time.
Great play by Phillips to just knock that ball down, and it has no chance to throw McKnight out when she's laying on her stomach right there with the speed that she has, but just to keep that ball in the infield is very impressive.
So McKnight reaches for the 3rd time in a row today. She walked twice, both to lead off the first and in the 3rd. She was thrown out trying to steal home in the first, eventually did score the lone run for the Indians in the 3rd when she was driven in by an RBI single by Marlar.
She has stolen second base twice, so you expect her to go, and you might see a pitch out right here by CoLin to see if they're thinking the same thing. They go curveball on the outside corner, but get the strike call.
Indeed. That strike 1 pitch to Porter, the catcher for the Indians. And now Coach Munchin's going to talk to her just for a second. She walked in her first plate appearance, later stole second, and then in the 3rd, she flew out to center field. Now we got a little break here. We mentioned earlier about Raphael Henry, one of the fine members of the sports information staff here at ICC. We want to take a moment to congratulate him. He was selected as one of the meritorious award winners for ICC for this year. So that means he is one of the 2 outstanding staff members at the college, and he is definitely deserving of that award.
There's no doubt. Ralph does an outstanding job, has ever since he stepped foot on campus. He's a great videographer and person, and we love having him as part of the Indian family.
Porter drives one out to right. Right fielder's going to get out underneath it, hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So ICC gets a base runner in all 5 innings, but still unable to take advantage except for the 1 run. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the 6th.
All right, Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Whoa!
Is this little Becky?
Birthday cake comes in. It is so cute. My dad's eating Crazy Puffs again. Don't ask.
Whoa. Have you tried the new bacon ones?
There are bacon ones?
Pizza.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We move to the top of the 6th inning. Still tied up here, 1-1. Great pitchers battle. ICC has had a lot of opportunities with a lot of base runners, unable to take advantage of those. But we move here to the top of the 6th. Alyssa Cliff still on the mound for the Indians. She's having a great day. She's given up 5. She's committed 5 strikeouts, only given up 2 walks and a hit. Gets strike 1 pitch on Baines, third baseman. She's 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a pop out to the second baseman.
As you said, third time through the lineup for the number 2 hitter. As a pitcher, you don't want them to come up for the third time until the 5th inning. So, yes, we are definitely ahead of schedule being the 6th inning right here. Cliff has been tough, but this is going to be a good stretch here for CoLin. They would like to see something happen with 2, 3, 4 coming up for the third time.
Yeah, looking at the stats, it is the meat of their order. She makes contact, flies this one out to right. Will it go foul? It does. Ends up in the corner of the fence. So foul ball leads to 2 balls and 1 strike.
That ball carried over the fence?
No, it dived. I believe it dived down. Well, it must have.
Yeah,
it is over there.
She didn't go. McKnight didn't go pick it up. So
I can see it now. It is.
Hit the
it
screen.
Is over.
Yeah, went over line drive. That like a wind, and sometimes if you inside out a ball a little bit right there too. That ball did take off.
So that is the second strike on the batter. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outfield playing pretty deep, trying to hold her to a single.
Low and away, even to count 2-2.
As we mentioned earlier, she has 18 extra base hits for Baines out of Simpson Academy.
We've also seen her playing some good defense at third base today. ICC dugout getting loud. This one lifted up in the air. Nichols calls for it and takes it in shallow center field. So a fly out to center field to start off the 6th inning for the Wolves.
Great pitch there by Cliff. She ran that screwball up and in and really just tied her up. It was just a pitcher's pitch, and she gave a good swing at it, but just tied her up enough to make her hit the fly ball to center field.
This is going to be Epperson, your DP. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She's been a strikeout victim once, and she also flew out to right field. She'll bat with 1 out here in the top of the 6th. That nice pitch there, cutting across the inside and getting a strike 1.
Yep, she has 4 home runs and 27 RBIs on the season. So same thing, you want to hold her, keep her in the ballpark, and if you do, just hold her to a single right here. No extra base hits as this is coming down to crunch time in the top of the 6th inning.
Gets an inside pitch there that she gets just a piece of, fouls it back over into the left corner. So she's quickly behind 0-2.
So we're getting closer to the 3 o'clock hour. Some people will be getting off work. Remember, we do have a game too. Come on out if you're in the area and join us here as we got another classic MACCCC battle in softball.
The 0-2 pitch, low for ball 1.
Nice pitcher's pitch right there. See if you get her to chase something low in the zone.
Just wanted to see if she won't swing over something and become another Renaissance Bank strikeout victim. Good patience there by Epperson on that pitch. So the 1-2 pitch from Cliff. Contact once again. Drives it into the left side in the foul territory.
I'll give a shout out to retired former softball coach at Jones College, Chris Robinson, reaching out, listening to some of the broadcasts. He is our women's vote for NJCAA, a lot of stuff on the women's side, and a Hall of Famer, an NFCA Hall of Famer. Listen to broadcast.
Contact, going to the shortstop, and just goes right through the hole through Duhan's glove. So that's going to be an E6. Is going to allow Epperson on base.
Yeah, if she had it to do over, I think she would have came and got that ball. She would have attacked it and not let it hit that second time. Got that big hop, knowing the runner's not the fastest, that she would have came and got it. Instead, that second hop was just really tough.
She's going to have a pinch runner. This is going to be Noelle Lachey, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, coming in. Freshman from Gonzales, Louisiana, as pinch running.
Off the bat, number 5, Avery Williams.
And that will bring Avery Williams, the first baseman, up. She's grounded out to third base twice in this game.
Yeah, that's tough. Cliff made a good pitch. You got to find a way to get out of this thing with one out and run it first, but she's got some speed.
Gets her strike one there.
Yeah, that was a nice rise ball right there to get the swing and miss. Lachey is 2 for 2 on stolen bases this year. Gonzales, Louisiana.
So the 0-1 pitch gets her swinging at one inside. Now she's ahead of her quickly, 0-2. Clift has worked ahead of most of these batters throughout the day. And with a runner on first and only one out, you know, she doesn't want to allow Williams to do anything here that could be dangerous.
Yes, Williams comes into today with 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. And those 2 swings right there, she's trying to give her Wolves the lead.
Contact deep out to right, but going to get underneath that one easily for the out. So out number 2, and Lachey will stay at first base.
It's nice being an announcer up here, play-by-play guy, Mr. Upton, and saying that's an easy play. And as a coach, your heart goes up in your throat right there when that ball gets up in the air, not knowing if it's going to come down or go over the fence.
We've got a couple other listeners today we do want to give a shout-out to as well. We appreciate Michelle Pruitt from here at ICC checking in, letting us know throughout the game today that she's been watching. Ground ball right back to Clift. He's going to throw it over there to Stigall, get the 3rd out of the inning. ICC avoids any damage, and we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning, still tied 1-1.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank. We're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, ICC fans. ICC and CoLin all knotted up here. One apiece. Been a great game, great pitchers battle. ICC had some opportunities, looking to continue to take advantage of those and drive them in. Here in the bottom of the 6, it'll be the 3, 4, 5 batters for ICC. Marlar, Shands, and Nichols coming to the plate.
All right, so we did run for AB last time with Green. So Green, they're putting AB back in the game right now, so that means Green is finished for today in Game 1. She'll still be eligible to play in Game 2. But, yeah, 2 power hitters right here coming up for the Indians. I mean, as I said, Richard, she has settled down these last few innings, and we have not had many base runners since we scored there in the bottom of the 3rd. And, you know, still – one swing away, though, from taking the lead, going to the 7th right here. See if we can get something in the bottom 6 and give Cliff just a chance to get 3 more outs for the win.
Pitch 1 floats very high for ball 1. Marlar's 1 for 2 on the day. She flew out to right and then had the RBI single in the 3rd. It scored ICC's only run so far.
Yeah, we did have an error on the Indians in the last half inning. The Wolves have not committed an error so far in this game.
The 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0 to Marlar.
The Wolves are 3rd in the conference in fielding percentage with a .966 fielding percentage, but at home on Wednesday night against Gulf Coast, they did have 3 errors in both of their games.
Uncharacteristic for them.
Very.
That pitch low, pushes it out 3-0. Opportunity here for Marlar to look for a pitch that she likes. We've seen her hit home runs. We've seen her drive everything else that isn't home run into the gaps. So she sees a pitch to hit, she's going to do damage with it.
She sure will.
That one inside for ball 4. She'll take this, the base on balls for her second on base today.
Exactly what the Indians want. Start off the inning, getting a base runner right here. Let's see if they're going to run for her or she's going to stay. I know, talking about AB, you'd like to see her swing the bat, but she didn't get a pitch to hit right there. I saw her at the Northeast Mississippi Softball Coach Association All-Star game last year win the home run hitting contest, and I'm talking about put it on a show. She won the home run derby, and it wasn't even close who came in second.
This is Shands, the third baseman, coming to the plate. She's 0 for 1 on the day. With a strikeout, she's also reached on a walk.
Shands has tremendous power, leading the Indians with 9 home runs on the year.
That pitch from Richard up and away for ball 1. Richard has really struggled to get ahead of any of the ICC batters throughout the day. She's often thrown first pitch balls and has given up now 6 walks on the day and hit 1 batter. So now she'll look in with a 1-0 count on Shands. Contact, drives that one out to the gap and right is down. Marlar into second safely before the throw. So ICC in business now. Runners on first and second, no outs here in the 6th. Really need to look at taking advantage of this opportunity and driving at least 1, if not 2 of these runs in.
Yeah, Shands did a good job of staying on that curveball away from her and just hitting a line drive right over the second baseman's head. The Wolves were playing them straight up on defense, playing about medium depth. Now that you've got a slap hitter up, it's going to be a condensed field if you're going to try to probably look for a bunt right here to see if we can get the runners into scoring position, at least get the force out off.
This is Nichols. She's 0 for 1. She drew a walk in her first plate appearance and then flew out to left. She does show bunt. Defense crashes, but the ball is not in the zone, so that's going to be ball 1.
As a batter right here, you're sacrificing. You're trying to give yourself up. Coach Munson's coming down top. We might have a runner for – she's looking out at second base for Marlar. It will be 22. That is Hodum coming in to run, and that will end the day or the game for Marlar, who did her job by getting on base. She's driven in the only run for the Indians, and now she's the go-ahead run at second base.
So that is Hodum, number 22, freshman from Walnut, Mississippi. I wonder if she's from Walnut or from Cleveland. I always like to ask that question when I get Walnut people, and they're like, you know what that means? I'm like, yeah, spend some time up there.
Yeah, so we're expecting the bunt here. The Wolves are too. They're crashing in right here. Everybody's moving.
Bunt goes to get down, goes down the third base line. Third base picks it up, throws it over, and Nichols does exactly what she's supposed to. The sack bunt pushes runners over to second, third with only run out for the ICC. That sack bunt brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. The BSU meets on Monday nights at 7:07 in the Fine Arts Building.
Yes, Nichols does a great job. I mean, it's just a great play all around. She gets the bunt down and moves the runners up. Third baseman attacked the ball, made a good, strong throw to first base to get her out. And now you have 2 runners in scoring position in a 1-1 game, bottom of the 6th, with only 1 out.
This is Duhan, the shortstop, 0 for 1 on the day. She popped out to third baseman and then was hit by a pitch in her last plate appearance.
Duhan sitting in the 6th hole. She does have 23 RBIs on the season with 11 extra base hits. So there's popping her bat. The outfield is kind of playing medium depth. They're playing for a fly ball to see if they can throw the runner out and, tagging at third if they get a ball in the air to them.
Inside pitch, catches a corner. Strike 1 to Duhan.
We do go back to that second inning. Remember when she had that long at bat and popped up to the third baseman but saw 10 or 11 pitches, and then, like I said, she got hit by a pitch her last at bat. But she has seen Richard throw her multiple different pitches in different locations.
So the 0-1 pitch to Duhan makes contact, fouls it back into the netting, protecting the visiting Wolves. So Duhan now behind 0-2.
Great job right there by Richard of 2 balls hard inside, that if Duhan's able to hit it, she's probably going to pull something to the left side, ground ball to third, ground ball to short, which really puts runner at third in a dilemma. Something on the right side, you feel more comfortable, but something hit at you on the ground, you more than likely she's going to stay on third base. So that's what they're pitching inside to her for that reason.
The 0-2 pitch. Outside, offers at it, and it's called a strike on the corner. So I'm not sure, would you call that looking or swinging? Because she makes a check but doesn't fully swing.
I think the umpire was calling it regardless. So I think he was calling it whether she swung or not. He came up with it, and they kind of tricked her there, went hard in, and then went curveball away. Credit to Richard to come back. That was a tough at bat right there for Duhan.
So once again, ICC with runners in scoring position, but now down to 2 outs, looking for a way to come through here, score some go-ahead runs. This is Sadie Stegall, the first baseman. She swings it the first pitch, fouls it back into the net. She's behind 0-1. Stegall's 0 for 2 on the day so far. She flew out to center field and then was a strikeout victim in her second plate appearance.
Yeah, Richard is not, been as sharp as we expect her, but when she's had to make pitches today, she has settled down, and she's a battler out there in the circle for the Wolves.
That pitch up and away, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. So if you're just tuning in, joining us here mid-game, we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC and CoLin tied up 1 apiece. ICC threatening with runners on second and third, but 2 outs. Sadie Stegall at the plate versus Richard pitching for the Wolves. The 1-1 pitch. Away from the plate. 2 balls and a strike.
Yep, curveball started on the corner but then broke out and never was a strike. Stegall's trying to find something in the grass right here. That's all we ask for, something in the grass, because the 2 outs, the runners are moving on contact.
Card gets ready to deliver the 2-1 pitch. Contact, flips it straight high in the air. Second baseman calling for it. Goes get underneath it, hauls it in for the 3rd out. And unfortunately, ICC strands more runners who are on the bases with no outs. So we will go to the top of the 7th, 1-1.
LSU takes it. We'll be back next
Come on, y'all. This is what we've been working for. We gotta forget about last year. It's right here, right now. Y'all ready?
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We've gone to the 7th. Could be the final, might not be final. Inning of the game. 1-1 tie here between 2 great teams. Number 4 CoLin, number 21 ICC. Alyssa Cliff still on the mound for the Indians. She throws an outside pitch for ball 1. This is Warren, the left fielder for the Wolves. She's 0 for 2 on the day. She got the sacrifice RBI ground out in the 2nd inning, giving the 1 run that the Wolves have. She later popped out to shortstop. Inside pitch catches a corner. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You're exactly right. That 2nd inning, that was a huge at-bat for her with 2 strikes to battle and get a ground ball to second base to score the only run so far for the Wolves. But, yeah, it's impressive from Cliff, only the 3rd at-bat for the number 7 hitter.
Hard contact right down the first baseline, but does slice foul before it reaches the first base bag.
In the top of the 7th inning, you don't see that very often, that some team's just now coming up for their 3rd time still in the 7th inning. That means your pitcher has really been dominant.
And that's what we've seen today. ICC has had opportunities. Richard has not been as sharp as she has been in the past, but good defense and pitching, working around dangerous situations has worked for the Wolves. Clift has been dominant for the Indians. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Duhan throws to first base. Gets the out to lead off the 7th inning.
Great job by Duhan staying down. That ball was hit on the ground, never came up, just stayed on the ground, and she stayed through it and Caught it, got rid of it quick to get the out.
This will bring Chisholm, the catcher for the Wolves, to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to second baseman in the second inning and then led off the fifth inning with a strikeout. She looks at strike one on the outside corner.
We do have an update in baseball. ICC at CoLin. CoLin is leading 11-0 in the seventh inning, so the Indians are going to put up some runs, or it could be a run rule game, isn't it? 10 after 7 in that 9-inning game.
Contact there is going to float that one out into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Chisholm.
Good job by Mike Knight getting that ball in the gap and cutting it off to hold her to a single, and you sure don't want her to get in scoring position right there.
So with one out here in the top of the seventh, Wolves going to threaten to push ahead a go-ahead run. This brings up Burnett. No, excuse me.
I believe they
this
left.
Is still, did they bring Burnett back in? Let's double-check the number. Nope, this is Williams, who came in as a pinch batter in the fifth for Burnett. She walked and then was erased on a fielder's choice in that fifth inning. So this will be her first official at-bat. That ball lifts high for ball one.
You're exactly right. She came off the bench and worked a walk right there. So she got to see several pitches in the 8-hole. You like Cliff, to finish it out right here, 8 and 9, and not get back to the top of the lineup for the fourth time here in the seventh inning.
That pitch more to the umpire's liking. Stays down and gets strike one, evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. You got Chisholm down at first base. Looking to be the go-ahead run for the Wolves.
Chisholm is a catcher, and she has no stolen base attempts on the year.
1-1 pitch, driven to left, but foul. Count goes 1 ball and 2 strikes.
She hit that ball well. Fortunate for the Indians, that ball did stay left of the foul line.
Yeah, the timing there just behind for her. Coach is going to come out and speak to the home plate umpire.
Yep, I believe
she
with
may
Chisholm.
put a pinch runner in for Chisholm, as you said.
Yes.
No stolen base opportunities. She may want someone a little more a fleet of foot.
Fleet of foot. Your outfielders for the Indians are playing pretty deep right here, so you would like to put somebody, even if they're not going to steal, maybe they can score from first base if you do get one that gets to the wall, can get all the way around.
This is going to be Stella Roberts, backup catcher, freshman from Raymond, Mississippi.
And she is 3 for 3 in stolen bases on the year. So, yeah, she's got a little bit more speed right here.
You'd say 3 for 3 over 0 for 0.
Yeah.
So Williams still at the plate with a 1-2 count. Outside pitch in the corner. Gets her. Looking. Renaissance Bank strikeout number 6 for Alyssa Clift, and an important second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. Find out why at renaissancebank.com.
Great job by Cliff right there to go right at her after she walked her in her only at bat. Now you're at that number 9 hole hitter who had a great first at bat with that single through the 6 hole between the third baseman and the shortstop, and then got her last inning on that fielder's choice. I think it was a ground ball up the middle.
It was
right
to second base.
That's exactly right.
That first pitch hits the outside corner for strike one.
Huey's not a big power hitter, but her outfield is still, she's got 1 home run a year, 4 doubles, 1 triple, but the outfield still fairly deep just to prevent the runner from first from scoring on a ball that gets in the gap.
Very inside pitch there that thankfully does not hit Huey. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Huey's probably had the most success, if you will, against Cliff today, making contact twice with the single and the fielder's choice.
And the runner's on the
runner
move.
Takes off, throw down, is not going to be in time. Ball gathered in by the infielder, so that's going to be a stolen base for Roberts. Her 4th of the year, as you noted. She had 3 coming in, so now she's 4 for 4.
And that will put her in scoring position and put your outfield in a dilemma now where a single, if something gets through the infield, they need to try to be able to throw her out at home plate if they can, because that's a go-ahead run.
So 2-1 pitch to Huey. Hits that outside corner. There's the second strike.
That's the pitch that she hit in that 6 hole, so as our infielders are seeing what pitch is being called, they're going to read. If it's away from her, she's going to try to go to left field with it.
Big moment here for ICC. Clift wants to strike her out and end this threat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Makes contact, drives it up, shortstop.
Close
get
play.
It going to throw it over. It's not going to be in time. So an infield single for Huey. Her 3rd time to reach base today is going to drive Roberts over to third base. CoLin threatening here. 2 out, but they've got runners at the corners looking to get a go-ahead run here in the 7th inning.
Yeah, that ball with 2 strikes, she's just battling right there and just got a piece of it. And you would really like, if your third baseman, really the third baseman only has a chance to get her, somebody with that much speed, to get her out right there. And it was just out of her arm's reach and got all the way to Duhon, and she just was not going to be able to throw out somebody with that much speed right there on that softly hit ball. So it's just perfectly placed. Sometimes you hit line drives right at people and you get out, and then sometimes you get those type hits, but they all look the same in the scorebook. And that's big for the Wolves when your number 9 hitter has, 2 of the hits, 2 out of the 3 hits.
Yes.
Wow, 3 hitter. Now you got first and third, lots of options right here. Where for the Wolves on, you got to figure out how you're going to defend it as the Indians, because leadoff hitter is up. They're going to put something in action trying to get this go-ahead run in.
First pitch to Phillips, right down the middle for a strike. Porter elects not to throw and allow the runner down, uncontested.
Yeah, she was just doing a fake throw to third base and bobbled the ball a little bit, so nothing there. But, yep, now you got 2 runners in scoring position, no force out, so somebody's going to have to make a play, or Cliff's going to have to make another big pitch for us to get out of this thing.
Pitch on the outside, watching those runners again. So that's a 2-0 count. This is Phillips, the shortstop, leadoff batter for the Wolves. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to left. A fly out to center, or fly out to right. And she did reach by base on balls in the 3rd inning.
Yes, this is Cliff's going to have to earn it. She's been, just clutch for us all year long. But right here you got a tough hitter for a number 4 team in the country, and another one on deck.
Outside corner, catches her for a strike. Now Cliff ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can she find that 3rd strike? Get out of this jam here with runners at 2nd and 3rd, threatening 2 outs. Top of the 7th, ICC and CoLin knotted up at 1 each.
Not sure how many pitches she's thrown today, but she had a little mustard on that one now. She brought the heat on hard curveball away.
The 1-2 pitch makes contact, fouls it back into the net. We stay at 1 and 2.
Center fielder moved over to the right side of the to be able to see a little bit. I don't know if we were looking to pitch her away. We did throw a ball away right there, she reached out and fouled it off. I don't know if that's our approach right here. Our right fielder's playing really deep as well.
The 1-2 pitch again. Contact out to right. Let's go in and caught in right field. ICC and Cliff works around the danger. ICC with an opportunity here to walk it off in the bottom of the 7th. All tied up at 1 apiece. We'll take a break and come back after this.
All right, Little Caesar's Crazy Puffs. Whoa!
Is this little fat kid?
Birthday cake comes in. It is so cute. My dad's eating Crazy Puffs again. Don't ask.
Whoa. Have you tried the new bacon ones?
There are bacon ones?
Pizza.
Welcome back, Indian fans. Opportunity to see a walk-off win here if the Indians can drive 1 across the plate. A great pitcher's battle today. ICC's had opportunities, and CoLin has avoided danger. CoLin's had opportunities here late. ICC has avoided the danger. So a 1-1 tie going to the bottom of the 7th. ICC will bring the 5, 6, 7 batters. Nichols, Duhon, and Stegall to the plate in an attempt to knock off the number 4 team in the country, Copiah Lincoln Community College.
It's like we're going with a pinch hitter. Actually, it's Whitfield's supposed to be batting. I think we're going with Maddie McClutch.
Oh, excuse me. I'm off on my book. So, yeah, right. It should have been Whitfield in the 8th spot, so 8-9-1. But this is number 9, Maddie McClendon, stepping in as a pinch batter.
McClendon has been, Mr. Gore had nicknamed her Maddie McClutch, because she has been an excellent pitch hitter for the Indians all season long and has drawn some starts, and she seems to be really good in these one at bats, which is a hard job. Not a lot of people do. There's a lot of guys making a lot of money in the Major League Baseball who can come off the bench and get these type hits. But yeah, Maddie has been clutch for us all year, batting .250 with 6 hits, 1 double, 2 triples, and 1 home run. So 4 of her 6 hits have been for extra base hits and 8 RBIs.
She looks at a 2-0 count already. Swings at one on the outside corner. So now 2 balls and 1 strike to McClendon, the leadoff batter in the 7th for the Indians.
She was trying to end it right there with that one swing, looked like the 2-0 pitch.
That one stays outside, so she's ahead 3-1. Good opportunity here for, as you said, she has been clutch. We saw her step in that Jones game, come up big there, help the Indians knock off the number 4 team in the country. See if she can help knock off the now number 4 team in the country. The 3-1 pitch. It's high, ball 4. ICC's got a base runner with no outs to lead off the top of the 7th.
As we've said all day long, we've definitely kept the pressure on the Wolves today with base runners and stuff. It's time to cash in, have another pinch hitter coming up to the plate for the Indians in a 9 spot.
This is going to be Goodman, the freshman from New Hope, Mississippi, stepping in place of Graham.
Zoe comes in batting .314 on the season with 11 hits, 3 doubles, and 1 home run, 6 RBIs on the year. Could be a bunting situation.
She does show bunt, bunts it high and back into the net. So she's behind 0-1. But as you said, Coach, no outs, looking to advance that runner over, see what ICC can do to get that. All they need is the 1 run to win this game in a walk-off fashion here.
Yeah, she would like to get the winning run in scoring position and get your leadoff hitter coming up. Even though she is a slap hitter, it does put a lot of pressure on the defense. But you got to stay out of the double play if you can with no outs.
So the 0-1 pitch from Richard on the outside corner, catches it. So now she's ahead of the batter, 0-2. Goodman stepping in as a pinch batter here. She's going to have to choke up, protect the plate, see what she can do to advance this inning for the Indians.
We have a final in baseball. ICC drops game 1 at CoLin in 7 innings, 11-0.
Swing and a miss on the outside corner for Goodman. She goes down as strikeout victim number 5 on the day for Richard.
So Coach Collier and them will regroup and be ready to go in game 2. We know the Indians will battle down there at CoLin.
So ICC here in Fulton goes back to the top of the lineup. This is McKnight. She's been on base 3 times today. She's drawn a pair of walks, had a single, and scored the 1 run for ICC when she was driven in on an RBI single by Marler back in the 3rd. See if she can get on base for the 4th time today. 1 out, runner on first base. Shows bunt. Catches the outside corner for strike 1.
Do have a shout out. Alex Brown, former ICC All-American softball player here. She says she's watching the game and listening, and I'm much calmer on the air than I was back in the day when she played for me.
One of the all-time great pitchers here for ICC. So the 0-1 count to McKnight. Comes the pitch. It's up high. Almost looks like they were trying to watch the runner there. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Tidbit on Alex, she's one of the few people that's played at 2 schools but played on 3 different levels. She played 2 years at JUCO. She played 1 year as Division II at North Alabama, and then she played the first year of that school going Division I North Alabama. So she played on 3 different levels at 2 schools. Yeah, not many people never say that.
The 1-1 pitch from Richard, right down the middle there. So now McKnight behind 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good job by Richard. She'd been working her way, and then she came back in with a curveball, and that just really tied McKnight up. She was not able to give a swing on it, but with 2 strikes here, she's got a battle for us.
She shows bunt. Richard gets ready to deliver. Pulls back, low and away, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Great pitcher's pitch there by Richard. The only thing McKnight's going to be able to do with that ball is beat it straight into the turf, and we need contact right here or either work or walk, but got to make them make a play. With her speed, it's going to be hard to double up. outfield is drawn in, and she could get something through a gap somewhere, a hard ground ball. It could go all the way to the wall.
The 2-2 pitch to McKnight is on the way. She makes contact, floats it out to left. The left fielder will get underneath it and haul it in. So ICC now down to their last out in the 7th to try to make an opportunity to walk this off here. They do have the runner on first. Can anybody step up and advance her in? This will bring up Porter, the catcher.
We know Porter all year long has been clutch in these situations as well, that this is a type hitter you want in this situation. She's not feeling any pressure. Maddie's kind of a happy-go-lucky type kid that's always battling out there and has 17 extra base hits on the season.
A great time for number 18 here. She's reached on a walk and has a pair of flyouts on the day. So now in her 4th plate appearance. That first pitch low and away. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, runner on first for the Indians. Porter looking in. She's been clutch all year for ICC. Can she do it one more time here on a Friday afternoon in Fulton? Had pitch away. So she's ahead 2-0.
Right here, if you're the coaching staff for the Wolves, you're kind of in a dilemma. You know Porter's hitting 400 and is one of our best hitters, been clutch all year long. A.B. Marler's usually balling her up, but she has been substituted for twice, so we'll have a pinch hitter coming in to hit behind. So do you put the winning run in scoring position or not?
Ball low and outside and ends up in the dirt. So 3-0 count to Porter.
Looks like they're being very careful for her here, and then Coach Munson's going to have a decision right with a 3-0 count of, do you turn her loose and see if she can run into one right here and hit one over the fence, or a gapper, or, do you put the red light, as you say, put the stop sign on her and make her at least throw a strike?
Do you let your bat in the hand of one of your best players or to a pinch batter? So here's the 3-0 pitch. It floats high, not even a chance to get there. So ball 4 will walk Porter for the 2nd time today. The Indians now have runners at first and second, so 2 base runners. Going to have a chat here at the mound and possibly a change. We'll come back in just one moment.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here. There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
Welcome back, Indian fans. Great dramatic moment here in Fulton. Bottom of the 7th, game 1. ICC and CoLin tied up 1 apiece, 2 outs, but the Indians had runners on first and second. You've got McClendon down at second. She came in as a pinch batter for Whitfield. You've got Porter at first. And now at the plate, Neely Hodum, who was brought in as a pinch runner for Marlar earlier, will now bat in her position as well.
Yeah, Hodum comes in batting .500 on the season and limited at bat. She is 3 for 6 on the year. All 3 of her hits have been doubles, 5 RBIs. Played a lot of travel ball, a lot of competitive high school ball. She's been in this situation before, but being her first at bat in the bottom of the 7th, this is a tough spot for her.
That first pitch up high, but in for a strike. Second one low and away. Evens the count 1-1.
Looks like CoLin is outfield's just playing medium depth right here to end, because they know a ground ball that gets through the infield, they got to come up and they got to throw McClendon out at home plate, because they're probably Coach Munson's going to push the issue right here.
Would love to see Hodum get something down in the gap and send McClendon all the way home. So the 1-1 pitch from Richard. Swing and a miss by Hodum. So now she's behind 1-2, down to her last strike.
The Wolves have a force out at all 3 bases, first, second, and third. The other thing you want your runner at first base to do is make sure she's getting a good jump right here in case a ground ball to short or second. Maybe she can beat that flip to second base. But Hodum's got a battle for us.
The 1-2 pitch to Hodum. And on the outside corner, strike 3. Richard is excited and she works around the danger of the 2 base runners. So free baseball. We'll take a break and come back with the 8th inning.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we anticipate, what we work for, what we want to improve. At Itawamba Community College, we offer the courses, pathways, and the training that can help turn your vision of tomorrow into a reality. So why wait? Your tomorrow can start today at Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We go to free softball here as Coach Kurt caught me being confused from our time together on Wednesday. We've called a baseball game and a softball game this week, and we're grateful for that. We move here to the 8th inning after ICC and CoLin have played a pitcher's duel tied at 1 apiece. Alyssa Cliff still on the mound for ICC. This will bring up should be the 2, 3, and 4 batters for CoLin.
It will be, and it looks like we went back with Whitfield's going back to second base, so McClendon is done for this game, and Graham is back in left field, so that means Goodman is finished for this game. But, yes, some free softball right here with your 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for CoLin, and then we'll have 4, 5, 6 for the Indians in the bottom of the 8th. The Indians have left 9 base runners through the first 7 innings.
Quick contact on the first pitch. Shands gets it, throws to first, and
Great
a quick
play.
1 pitch, 1 out, 5-3.
Great play. That's a pitcher's best friend. 1 pitch, 1 out right there. Rolled over it. Shands made a strong throw. We talked about this in the last broadcast of, the first couple of games of the year, Shands was a little shaky at third base, just that freshman nerves. And, man, ever since then, she has been rock solid as far as fielding it, taking her time, and making that solid throw. Looks like Efferson's coming back into the game. They had a pinch runner for her.
And that was Lacey that came in to run in the 6th inning for her as the DP. This will be her 4th plate appearance. She struck out, flew out to right, and reached on the only error of the day committed by the Indians. But her pinch runner was left stranded there at first.
Yes, on the day, the CoLin has left 6 on base, and through these first 7 innings, they left 6 on base, and your Indians have left 9 on base. These 2 pitchers have been really tough.
That first pitch stays away for ball 1. That one bounces in. Going to go to 2-0 count. Now, Coach, this is the 4th time around for these CoLin batters to face Clift, so we'll see how strong she can be when they've seen her multiple times on the day.
Flag is straight down, no wind to speak of.
Outside corner and catches a strike.
That's a good pitch by Clift and a great take by Efferson. And of course, she's wanting to hit something hard, maybe over the fence, whatever, and that was not a pitch to do it with. So a great take. She's standing right on top of the plate.
So the 2-1 pitch from Clift. Makes contact out to left, and it's going to go over the outstretched arms of Graham. Efferson's going to go for second. Throw comes in, but she's in safely. So a 1-out double for Efferson gives the CoLin Wolves a threat here in the top of the 8th to push ahead a go-ahead run.
She did a good job laying off that 2-0 pitch. Was a pitcher's pitch with that curveball away, and then she got something inside she could hit. And Graham looked like she took one half of a step forward, and it just got right over her head. You'd like to see her drop step right there and try to keep Efferson at least at first base right there, or either make the catch, but got to keep her where she's at.
That first pitch to Williams is high for a ball. Williams, the first baseman, is 0 for 3 on the day. There's a pair of ground outs to third base, and she's flown out to right. But with a runner on second, she does have an RBI opportunity here. Porter, the catcher, giving signals for the Indians. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Ties it up at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Great job by Cliff. She's just pounding that strike zone like she's done all game long. Same thing with the Indians right here. Your outfield's got to be aware. Ground ball gets through. You got to be coming up, trying to keep that runner, the go-ahead run from scoring.
Another swing and a miss. This one on a rise ball she can't catch up to. So now Clift ahead of the batter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cliff looks in. Gets ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. Contact, fouls it straight up into the top of the roof. Takes an odd bounce. Comes back down right in front of the ICC dugout. So the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting Williams, first baseman for CoLin.
She's choking up on the bat right here, trying to have a good 2-strike approach. Cliff trying to go to her best pitch right now to put her away and keep that runner at second base.
The pitch makes contact out to center. Nichols is going to get underneath that one. Keeps that runner at second easily. So now 2 down in the top of the 8th for the Wolves. Cliff continuing to work around dangerous situations today. See if she can do it one more time here in the top of the 8th.
Yes, this is the advantage of playing at home is you have the last at bat. You know, we do not want the runner at second to score. She is not the fastest runner on CoLin's team, but you still want to try to keep her from scoring. The outfield's got to get to the ball if it's hit to the outfield.
Here's pitch 1 to Mydare on the outside corner for a strike. She got the big triple in the second inning that led to the 1 run, and she scored when she was driven in back in the second inning, and CoLin has not scored since then. So she's got an 0-1 count. Swings, makes contact, fouls it just past her coach on the third base line, so she's behind 0-2.
Yeah, she's just trying to chop that one, beat it into the ground on the left side and see if she could beat it out, put the pressure on the Indians, throw it across. And, that first inning she drove that ball to the left fielder's head. So we'll see what she does with 2 strikes. She'll probably stand that slap approach and see if she can put something in play.
She sends back deep in the box. Almost starts to swing at that one. Stays back, though. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here. Runner on second for CoLin, threatening to push a go-ahead run. ICC and CoLin tied up at 1 apiece here in game 1 of this doubleheader in MACCC action. The 1-2 pitch makes contact, drives it to first. Stegall picks it up, steps on third, and once again ends the danger. As you said, great backhand play, good defense by Stegall. We'll take a break, see if ICC can push a go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th.
LSU takes it. We'll be back next March.
Come on, y'all. This is what we've been working for. We gotta forget about last year. It's right here, right now. Y'all ready?
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Welcome back, Indian fans. Fantastic game going here on the banks of the Tenn-Tom Waterway in Fulton. ICC, number 21 in the country, hosting CoLin, number 4 in the country, all tied up at 1 apiece. We're in extra innings, and ICC here with another chance to try to walk it off. This will be number 18, Shands, the third baseman for ICC, coming to the plate. Richard, the pitcher, still going the distance for CoLin. Low and inside, for ball 1.
What a fantastic play game we have watched today. So much drama in the air, couldn't cut it with a knife.
Shands 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out and a sac bunt. She also has a walk and a stolen base. And Paul stays outside for ball 2.
Indians left 9 base runners so far left on base in this game through the first 7 innings of regulation. Now we're in the overtime, as they say, extra innings.
The 2-0 pitch from Richard in the center. She lifts this one deep to left, but it's going to just tail off foul just past the water, the fencing that protects the water system out there.
Exactly right. Almost made it to the parking lot. Started climbing the hill.
Yeah, we got a fan out there.
Just need to straighten it out.
Grabbing that one back. So a 2-1 count now to Shands.
I think the golf carts out there need to get a ball.
They do indeed. They need one to go right on top of them. That one low. So now a 3-1 count for Shands. Leadoff batter here for the Indians in the 8th. Opportunity for her to really make a difference for her Indian team.
Love to see her hit her 10th home run of the season right here.
3-1 pitch. Down the middle, she makes contact. It's going to go up into right center. Who's going to go for that one? Center fielder drifts over to her left, hauls it in. So that's a fly out to center to erase Shands.
Wolves have played outstanding defense today. No errors, made a lot of plays. They've been clutch defensively.
This brings up Nichols, the center fielder for the Indians. I was wrong a minute ago. Shands was 1 for 2 on the day. She had a single and a walk and a strikeout. Nichols has the walk, the fly out, and the sac bunt. So Nichols looking for her first hit of the day here in the bottom of the 8th for the Indians. That pitch low and away for ball 1.
We talk about the Indians in the first 7 innings having 9 left on base, but we only have 3 hits. Is that correct?
We have been given a lot of free gifts. Got to find out how to take advantage of them here. So the 1-0 pitch. Right down the center. Strike 1. Nichols now facing a 1-1 count here in the bottom of the 8th with 1 out. Richard gets the call, sends the pitch. That one low and away. 2 balls and a strike now.
This is the point of the game where I like to run, just sneak up behind the umpires and mention them that the old saying always says, good umpires never have extra innings.
How did that work for you often?
No. But you just try putting their head.
Contact, drops it over the pitcher to the second baseman playing in. So it's a 4-3 put out of Nichols.
That was a nice play by Williams, who came in, in the middle of the games, had a couple at bats, whatever, but she got that short hop. If she doesn't come up with that little short hop right there, we know Nichols' speed. She's going to beat it out. If she bobbles it at all, she's going to beat it out.
This will bring up Duhan with 2 outs for the Indians, trying to find a base runner so they can walk this game off here in the bottom of the 8th. She has popped out to third base, been hit by a pitch, and then struck out looking. So Duhan looking for her first hit of the day to contribute for these Indians here, trying to knock off the number 4 CoLin Wolves.
Duhan does have 11 extra base hits on the season, 5 of those being home runs.
That one on the outside corner, a little low, but umpire likes it as a strike. So she's behind 0-1.
You see why Richard is 3rd in the MACCC in the earned run average with a 1.17.
That pitch low and away, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, and the poise she has shown throughout the game. She really struggled there in that first inning. ICC not able to jump on her and take advantage of it, but settled down throughout the game and really worked around any danger spot she's had. She delivers the 1-1 pitch to Duhan. Contact, fouls that one back into the netting. So now Duhan behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Richard looking to try to finish off this batter. Duhan trying to keep the Indians alive in the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Outside, but off. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a great out right there. That ball started on the corner and broke off. That was a pitcher's pitch. She's going for you to see if you'll reach for it and get that 3rd strike. Deuce is wild.
So the 2-2 pitch here to Duhan. Richard delivers. That one stays away as well. Can't catch that corner. So a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. ICC and CoLin knotted up at 1 apiece. Who's going to get that break and push across that winning run? Duhan looks in at the full count pitch. Makes contact, pops it up. Infield, second baseman calls for that one, and she's going to haul it in for the 3rd out of the inning. So we go to another extra inning here. We move to the 9th after these messages.
Are you looking for a place
that creates lifelong friendships?
A place that feels like home.
A place that drives you to new opportunities.
That teaches you skills to improve.
A place that sets the standard.
That challenges you to be better every day.
A place full of opportunity.
We are that place. We are Itawamba Community College, and you belong here.
Keep watching. Okay, where's the remote?
Ugh, it's under her arm.
I'm gonna go for it.
So close.
Oh, maybe he can get it. Guess not.
I mean, can you blame him? We're delicious.
Delicious and sugar-free.
Delicious and caffeine-free. Yep. Anyway, about that remote.
Welcome back, Indian fans. We move here to the top of the 9th inning. ICC and CoLin battling in a classic here. 1-1 tie between the number 4 and the number 21 teams in the country. Both of these pitchers have gone the distance and have dominated. This is Alyssa Clift on the mound for the Indians, getting ready to pitch. This will be the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Wolves. This is Warren, the left fielder. She takes strike 1 on the inside corner.
Cliff continues just to pound that strike zone. She's only give up 5 hits on the day. How many strikeouts do you have her down for?
She has 6 strikeouts to only 2 walks.
Outstanding.
Warren is 0 for 3 on the day. Pair of ground outs and a pop out. That one low and in the dirt. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
She's really made the Wolves earn everything. That's what you expect. That's what she's done every time she's been in that circle all season long for the Indians this year. It's just been an outstanding season for her.
So the 1-1 pitch to Warren. Swings at an inside pitch. Goes to a ball and 2 strikes.
That ball had that late break. That was almost like that Judd File slider he was throwing the other night against the Tigers. That thing started in the middle of the plate, and it ran right in on Warren's hand.
We saw Judd snap the neck of that one batter almost as he tried to react. So the 1-2 pitch here from Clift. Contact, lifts it up in the
Tough
air.
play.
Nichols is going to come charging in.
Wow.
Makes it a basket catch. Fantastic outfield work there by Nichols. We see her speed on the base path, and there it pays off at center field.
You know, I heard this old saying, I'll probably say it wrong, but I think Nichols might cover more ground than this pine tree pollen we got going on right now.
That takes a lot. If you look at these cars in the parking lot, I didn't know he sold that many yellow cars in Mississippi.
Well, I'm telling you, I didn't know it was that popular color either. That is outstanding play by Nichols, though.
This is Chisholm, the catcher. She steps in with 1 out, swings away, and strike 1. She's 1 for 3 on the day. She's got a single, also a ground out and a strikeout on the day. So the 0-1 pitch makes contact, pops it up, pop out there, right to Duhan on the edge of the grass at shortstop. So Cliff working quick here in the ninth.
I was just thinking, Lakeland Nichols in center field. She might be second fastest player ever come out of Moorville after Tim Center. I don't know if he could chase Tim down or not, but that would be a close race right there.
Can she pitch sidearm like Tim? That's the question.
There's no doubt. He was really good. You talking about throwing a bowling ball up there.
So with 2 outs, this is Burnett. She makes quick contact, lines it out to Shan. So great inning by Clift here for the Indians to get them up 1-2-3 in a very fast order. We'll take another break, come back with the bottom of the ninth, and see if the Indians can find an opportunity here to push ahead a winning run.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart. It's part of my soul. It's part of my spirit. And, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
I don't want that air. Welcome back, Indian fans. Still going here in game one. ICC and CoLin knotted up 1 apiece. Everybody looking for that opportunity to drive across the winning run, but these 2 pitchers, Coach, they have kept everybody from getting in those opportunities.
Man, I'm telling you, outstanding. I was excited about this game when I was looking at the stats, getting ready for our broadcast and stuff, and it has just been, been as advertised. I mean, these 2 teams have really gotten after it, and these 2 pitchers, Richard and Clift have just been spot on. But, I'm about to run out of room here on my score sheet, so we need to I've only got 10 innings, so let's finish this thing in the ninth.
This is going to be a pinch batter, Taylor, for the Indians. She's batting in place of Stegall, and she looks at strike 1 on the outside corner.
Camden comes in batting .364 on the year. She has 8 hits. Out of those 8 hits, 4 doubles and 1 home run. So 6 of her 8 hits been for extra bases.
See if she can find some magic here. Fouls one off the outside corner of the plate. So now she's behind 0-2.
Good swing right there. She was right on that pitch, but now with two strikes, she's going to have to battle. We got to have a base runner. We need to put some pressure on them.
We have seen Richard get better as the days went on. She delivers the 0-2 pitch outside. Can't get her to chase there. Not a bad spot to miss if you got a pitch to waste. Now the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What a tough pitch. She's mixed up speeds and location all day long.
The 1-2 pitch stays outside and doesn't give her anything to work with there. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good job by Camden laying off that ball, because that ball was kind of a change-up. Looked like it threw a parachute on it, and she would have rolled over it probably to the third baseman if she had swung at it.
So the 2-2 pitch gets her to chase that one eventually. Gets her swinging for the 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Richard. Renaissance Bank, the bank that cares about you. Find out why at renaissancebank.com. This will bring up Whitfield back into the game. She was pinch hit for in the 7th by McClendon, but she re-entered in the field, and now she's back at the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to left and foul out caught by the third baseman. So she takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner.
Indians looking for base runners. Got to find somebody in the bottom to get it back to the top of the lineup for us to give us a chance. These pitchers they've battled. There's a lot of zeros since that bottom of the 3rd inning.
So the 0-1 pitch. That one hits that outside corner again. Very, very pretty pitch there. But unfortunately, Whitfield finds herself behind 0-2.
Yeah, CoLin scored that 1 run in the top of the 2nd, and we've had 7 straight zeros by the Indians in their defense. And we scored 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, and it's been zeros ever since for the Indians.
She makes contact on the 0-2 pitch, but fouls it back into the net. Count remains 0-2. One out here. Bottom of the ninth. ICC and CoLin tied up one apiece. Whitfield looks for the pitch. Swings the one on the outside, much the same spot that Taylor swung at one. So that's 2 strikeouts in the inning for Richard. Gives her 8 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day and gives the 9-hole batter for ICC, Graham, who has re-entered after Goodman pinch batted for her in the 7th. She's back in.
That is impressive by Richard. I mean, to get here into the bottom of the 9th inning and go back-to-back strikeouts, that is very impressive.
That one on the outside corner to this time a left-handed batter, and this inning, Coach, she is working those outside corners and getting ahead of the batters and then making them chase at the end. She
has definitely been as sharp this inning as she has any inning so far today, and I mean she's worked her way out of trouble, but she, as we said before, I mean with all great pitchers, you better get to them early. Don't let them settle in, and she has settled in and been fantastic for CoLin today.
Graham asked for time, has granted it. Now she's back in the box, ready for the 0-1 pitch. Swings, makes contact, ground ball. Shortstop's going to pick it up and deliver, and out at first is Graham. So the 6-3 put out
play there
sends this to the 10th inning, Coach. You got any magic words for 10 innings?
This ended because that's all I have on my score sheet, and I don't know where I'll go from there. I've taught softball theory all those years, and we taught them how to keep a score sheet, but we never went to where do you start putting them after the 10th. I guess you get a whole new score sheet out and change the numbers to 11.
I got some scratch paper if you want it. Yeah. I'll pass it over. We'll take a break and come back with this with the 10th inning.
LSU takes it. We'll be back next March.
Y'all, this is what we've been working for. We gotta forget about last year. It's right here, right now. Y'all ready?
Welcome back, Indian fans. Welcome to the 10th inning show. Well, no, it's not the show. It's actual 10th inning here at the Andy Kirk Field, ICC versus CoLin softball. You've tuned in for a great one today, a pitcher's battle, a lot of opportunities for scoring that have been shut down by Alyssa Clift and Emily Richard. They have been fantastic today, and so here we go. Top of the 10th, CoLin comes to bat. We have a meeting here between the coaches and the umpires. I believe we are going to go, as Coach was telling us in the break, to the international rules, and that'll put a international tiebreaker, the runner on second.
Who made the last out will be the runner, and it was at the time it was Williams, but now they have re-entered 2. Burnett, who started the game at second base, is going to be the runner, so they get to start with their number 9 hitter coming up with a runner at second base and no outs. That is a league rule. Once you get to the 10th inning, you will go to the ITB from here on out. Each team will get the opportunity with the runner starting at second base.
So if you're scoring at home like you and I are here in the booth, how do you record that ITB? Where do you go to your?
You just put her.
You put them as the first runner, the first at batsman of the 10th inning.
She will already be on base. Yes.
So second base ITB.
Yep.
What I'm writing down for myself.
And that run does not count against earned runs for your pitcher either.
Bunt attempt there. It's going to roll foul. This is Huey, the center fielder, who's been the most dangerous batter of the day for Clift. Huey has reached 3 times today. She has a pair of singles and a fielder's choice where she also reached as well.
If you're the visiting team right here, you got to find a way to score this one run. If you're the home team, as we are Indians, you just want not let them get more than 1 run. That would be the max, but yes. Most teams will go with the bunt and try to get them on third, get a runner at third with less than 2 outs and find a way to get them in.
She shows bunt there, pulls back, takes ball 1. So 1-1 count for Huey. Shows bunt again. Swings at one, offers. But it's not going to get the call there. So 2 balls and a strike.
Huey, like you said, has had a good day with 2 base hits and a fielder's choice. She's put the ball in play all 3 times. But, yeah, right now her job is trying to get their base runner to third base.
The 2-1 pitch gets her swinging at that one with the bunt attempt. So now 2-2 count to the leadoff batter on the inning for CoLin.
Now the Coach Howard's not giving any signal, so I guess she's going to stand in with the 2 strikes. I have seen coaches leave the bunt on with 2 strikes. We'll see what happens.
The 2-2 pitch. Swings, makes contact, dribbles up to the shortstop. She bobbles it, gets it over. Not going to be in time. So the inability by Duhan to get the ball cleanly out of her glove and the speed of Huey allows her to reach for the 4th time today. And CoLin threatens now in the top of the 10th. Runners on first and third with no outs.
Yeah, that's what speed will do for you. That, with 2 strikes, they took the bunt off. They let her swing. She just hits a dribbler, just a soft ground ball to the shortstop, and just that slight bobble is enough for her to get to first base. And now this is where the scenario we're talking about. The runner at third is probably going to score with no outs, but can you keep the runner at first from score? Because you're going to get to start in the bottom of the 10th inning with a runner on second base as well, with a chance to tie right there, or swing it and hit a 2-run homer or whatever.
Exactly.
But more than likely, you got to run a first and third defensive play for the Indians, and they're running first and third offensive play, at least trying to get runners in second and third, or to get the go-ahead run in on this play.
So bunt shown by Phillips at the plate, and Huey takes off, takes second easily. So those runners now at second and third.
And that takes your force outs off, and you are at the top of the lineup now for the, 5th time.
So the 0-1 pitch, Huey makes contact, flies it out to center field. Nichols drifts over. She hauls it in at the warning track, throws it in. That is going to bring the runner home. Ball's bobbled at second base, but thankfully the red light was on for the runner at third. So CoLin's going to get the go-ahead run as the ITB runner from that started the inning does come in to score.
Good job by Phillips right there. That's all you want to do is just get something in the air, and she hit that ball a long ways out there at the warning track, at the sac fly, and it was deep enough that it was able to allow Huey to move up to third base. So now you got your 2-hole hitter with runner at third.
Strong contact, drops it to third. Third picks up, throws to first.
Third base.
Yeah, important moment there. Runner could have taken off but didn't. So the 5-3 put out strands the runner. Keeps the runner, at third and gets the second out of the inning.
Great pitch by Cliff right there with the runner at third. She went hard in screwball and got her to do about all you can do with the screwball is beat it right in the ground to the third baseman, and that's about the only ground ball that would not score that runner at third.
So Epperson, the DP, steps in. She takes the ball on the outside for a 1-0 count.
Last at bat, she hit that hard line drive over the left fielder's head. Right here, though, she got to get a 2-out hit. Sac fly will not work. Somebody on the Indians got to step up and make a play right here to keep this at a 1-run game.
Inside pitch that she turns on and puts deep into the parking lot out of our view. And so now she's behind 0-2.
You know, we were talking about that pine pollen at yellow. Somebody might have a yellow mark on their car right now from a softball after that ball. That ball was hit almost behind her over the dugout to the parking lot.
She might have hit it back there by the CoLin bus.
True.
So the 0-2 pitch, outside corner.
Great.
I was off.
Right
that was a 1-1 pitch, so now 1-2. My apologies.
That was a great pitch. Off speed away from her there. She is standing right on top of the plate like all the CoLin hitters have done with 2 strikes. Look like we're going out away from her.
Gets her to chase one on the outside that she gets a piece of off the end of the bat, fouls it back into the net. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Big run there at third base. This is a pivotal point in the ball game right now. If they can get the second run across, really puts the pressure on the Indians. Can the Indians hold it right where it's at?
The 1-2 pitch makes contact, fouls this one back toward the basketball courts. We stay in the battle of a 1-ball, 2-pitch count here between Alyssa Clift and Efferson. And as you said, Coach, ICC got to limit the damage to only the 1 run. Don't let that runner on third in. CoLin feels if they can push that second one across, they've got a big chance to steal game 1 here in Fulton. The 1-2 pitch drifts high for ball 2.
Great pitch there by Cliff to, have one to waste, 1-2 count, and good job by Efferson to lay off of it.
The drama continues. 2 outs, top of the 10th, runner on third for CoLin. 2-2 pitch to the DP, Epperson. Outside, can't get her to chase one there. Runs the count full now.
That was a close pitch, but it was off the plate. Good job by Efferson to lay off of it. Going to be hard to do anything with that ball, but it was really close to take one there. So go full count here.
We'll see what Cliff can do here. 3-2 pitch. Outside corner, but not enough to catch it. That's going to be a free base for Epperson. So now with 2 outs in the top of the 10th, and I've already scored the go-ahead run, CoLin has runners on the corner, and this is Williams, the first baseman, coming to the plate.
Williams has put the ball in play all 4 times today.
She has. A pair of ground outs to third baseman, a fly out to right, and a fly out to center. So she's made a lot of contact. Cliff, the pitcher for ICC, their ace, still going here in the 10th. Gets her to foul that one back for strike 1.
The one advantage of the walk to Efferson is you do have a force out at second base. So your middle infielders do not have to throw it to first. If they don't want to, they can take the short out at second base right here. But you want to keep Efferson at first base.
The 0-1 pitch, rise ball, it stays up. 1-1 is the count now.
What an exciting game. We're just lucky to get a chance to call this game.
Makes me think of the movie Basketball. They talked about how exciting that game was they were watching. If you've seen it, you know the quote. I won't share it here. Fouls that one back for strike 2 into the net. I'll just say Bob Costas told you how excited he was during that game. And I don't know if you're that excited yet, but we'll leave it there.
I'm not that excited yet, but I would like to never age like Bob Costas hasn't aged in the last 30, 40 years.
Amen.
He is a classic.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cliff delivers. That one stays high, evens the count, 2-all.
Great rise ball there on 1-2 count. Cliff tried to get her to chase. Williams was able to hold off on that. Like we said, she's put the ball in play all 4 times today, so she's battling again with 2 strikes. Deuce is wild right here. Indians looking to get out of this. Wolves looking to extend their lead here in the top of the 10th.
And there's your pitch. Makes contact out to right field. And underneath it, catches that.
Wonderful job by Cliff.
McKnight pulls that in. ICC able to limit the damage to only the 1 run coming in. We'll come back to the bottom of the 10th. They'll have that runner on second to start, see if they can push that runner in to tie it up and find the winning run as well.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad,
yeah.
24-hour egg salad.
Yeah.
We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 101.9.
When injury knocks you out, Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. We will get you back.
Here we go once again, Indian fans. Still going in game 1. Now the bottom of the 10th. CoLin is able to push a go-ahead run there in the top of the 10th to go take a 2-1 lead. ICC is going to try to push across that international tie-breaking runner that's placed at second. That's going to be Graham, as she was the last out in the 9th for the Indians. So she'll start on second base, and we'll have the top of the lineup for the ICC. This is Jory McKnight, the right fielder. She's reached base 3 of the 4 times a day with a pair of runs. A pair of walks, a single, and a fly out to left. She also has the lone run of the day when she was driven in back in the 3rd inning by Marler. So see what she can do to advance Graham from second base. This is Richard still on the mound for CoLin. She's looked great all day, worked out of a lot of danger. Shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, we talk about having a lot of base runners, but it's been a while since we had our base runner on second base, it seems like, for the Indians. But yeah, this is the advantage of the Indians doing such a fantastic job having a runner on third with less than 2 outs and not letting them score that second run right here, that you just got to have 1 to tie, 2 to win.
The 0-1 pitch shows bunt again and can't make contact. So she offers at that one but can't make connection. Pushes her behind 0-2.
McKnight's going to have to battle right here. We need a ball in play. We need to get Graham to third base in less than 2 outs if we can, with Porter coming up. But, yeah, with a 2-run lead, it totally changes what you got to do. You wouldn't bunt in this situation. You would just be hitting away because you need 2 base runners to get on base. But
Knight makes contact, and that's may fly out softly to left field. So 1 away for the Indians here in the bottom of the 10th.
She did a good job of going out, reaching that, and actually called on the barrel. Probably caught it just a little bit too good, and it carried out to Warren in left field to make the play. But right now, hey, this is what you would love to have the runner at third, but if you don't have the runner at third, you'd sure like to have your 2 and 3 hitters coming up right here with the runner, the tying run at second base.
This is Porter. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Also reached twice on walks. She looks at strike 1 right across the plate. So ICC now in a must-do situation with down by 1. They've got to find a way to bring Graham in to keep this game alive. 1 out here. Bottom of the 10th. The 0-1 pitch is away. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
With the Wolves having a 1-run lead, they are able to play their outfielders at normal depth right here. You know, base hit with Graham's speed. She's going to score, but they don't want to give up an extra base hit to Porter.
Richard looks in, gets ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch to Porter. Makes contact. High out. Going to drop middle of outfield. Right fielder comes over. Does pull it in.
We're going to have a pinch hitter, number 5.
So Porter flies out to right for the second inning. Second out of the inning. ICC down to their last out, their last opportunity. And as Coach said, this is Houston Ray, H.R. Grantham, stepping in as a pinch hitter. We've had Marler and Hodem in that position. Now we got Grantham. ICC's last opportunity here to try to drive across a run and tie up this game with CoLin.
Now with 2 outs, you've got to have the base hit.
That pitch away and low. Ball 1 to H.R.
H.R. comes in with 2 hits, 24 at-bats, 1 triple. So you would say, in coach's terms, she's due. Run into 1 right here, H.R.
So the 1-0 pitch to Grantham. Swings and misses at 1 on the outside. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
The Wolves have done an outstanding job of keeping the ITB runner at second base and has not advanced so far through the first 2 batters. That runner's at third base puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher and the catcher right here, combination. But being at second base, she's still able to throw all of her pitches. She has been tough. Richard has been very tough.
The 1-1 pitch, low and away. Count rolls 2 balls and a strike to the pinch batter here, Grantham.
Grantham's main job is to find some way to get on base and get it to Shands. When we get the on-deck hitter Shands up to the plate, it's what you'd like to have as an Indian.
So the 2-1 pitch to H.R. Low and away. Pushes it to 3-1. You've got Graham, the automatic runner, down at second to start the inning. Still there, looking for a teammate to move her over. ICC down to their last out in this game. Bottom of the 10th inning here in Fulton. CoLin up 2-1. The 3-1 pitch to HR coming from Richard. Cuts back across the plate for a strike. Now a full count. Game winning or game extending moment here. Which team's going to get it? 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. ICC down by 1 with a runner on second. Richard set to deliver the pitch. Outside and catches a corner. I'm not sure what corner, but gonna catch Grantham looking for the 3rd out and in the game. And coach is speechless. So we'll take a break, come back just after a minute, and give you the Renaissance Bank postgame report.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here. There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
It's the Fast Break Sports Show that starts your day. Mississippi Sports Today, Tuesday through Friday at 9. And if you don't catch it at 9, the MST podcast is on wherever you listen with a team of hosts like no other.
For the folks that are listening, I mean, yeah, there is egg salad, but Drew is bringing like a refrigerated, like a pack. So
it's going to be refrigerated.
Egg salad.
Yeah.
24-hour egg salad.
Yeah.
We're dropping like flies.
Join Craig and the guys for Mississippi Sports Today on Super Talk 1019.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Welcome back to the Renaissance Bank Renaissance Bank postgame report here in Fulton. Your number 21 Indians drop a heartbreaker in 10 innings, 2-1 to the number 4 CoLin Wolves. We saw a fantastic pitchers duel. Both Alyssa Cliff for the Indians and Emily Richard for the CoLin Wolves go in the distance all the way through 10 innings. Coach, what are your thoughts on today's game 1?
Yeah, that was an outstanding pitch game, outstanding play game by both teams. I mean, like you said, we did have a lot of base runners, did not push them across, and with great pitchers, as we've seen this league year after year, you don't let them get in a rhythm. Once you do, you're in trouble. And line score for the game, of course, it'd be easy to put a lot of zeros up there, but in 10 innings, CoLin scored in the 2nd inning, and in the 10th inning, they scored the 1 run. And ICC scored their only run of the game in the bottom of the 3rd. CoLin finished with the 2 runs on only 5 hits, and they played flawless defense, no errors. ICC ended up with that 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors against the Indians. Richard picked up her 10th win on the season to go 10-0 with only giving up 3 hits, 1 run, which was earned, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 1 hit batsman. So she gave us 8 free runners on base or whatever, but we ended up leaving 10 left on base for the Indians, which is tough. On the other side, Cliff, I mean, was just stellar as well. Her record will drop to 12-4. She went all 10 innings. You don't say that very often in softball, but 10 innings, 4 only gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. Both of those were earned. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Is that what you have there?
Yes, 6
for Cliff
and 2 walks.
And no hit batsman. So outstanding pitching performance by both teams. Just what you expect for as you say, you're one pitcher, and then you like to have a 1A in game 2. The one thing I can tell you about this league is, as we always say, every game's a different story. The game 2 will be a different story. It might be an offensive onslaught. Who knows? But kudos to Cliff. Kudos to Richard. That is outstanding for both of those young ladies to come off of a, pitchers can pitch every day, but it is short rest. You think about it, they just now played on Tuesday, and they turn around, and CoLin had to travel up here and playing again here on this Friday. But look for our Indians to, they've done it all year. They were playing at home. They're going to buckle down. They're going to give you their best effort. They're going to hustle on and off the field, and they're going to get out there and make plays and quality at bats. And it's just, this league is tough. And then you take the number 4 team in the country to extra innings. We got some extra softball, and if anybody's out there, we got another game to come. So come join us.
Thank you, Coach. Those stats in the final line brought to you by Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, helping you get back in the game. Visit oinms.com. And so, as Coach said, there are a lot of opportunities there for the Indians. We got a lot of base runners, just couldn't quite take advantage and push them across, and so looking to bounce back and move into game 2. Before we take a break and go into the second game of the afternoon, Coach, we do want to name our Samstown Market Star of the game. You can be the star of your next home-cooked meal by visiting Samstown Market in Manatee. From locally sourced fruits and vegetables to imported specialty items, and, of course, those all-important butterfly pork chops that Coach likes. Samstown Market caters to a diverse range of tastes and preferences. So, Coach, who you got here?
Oh, it's got to go to Alyssa Clift. I mean, that's an outstanding, gutsy performance. I mean, like we said, she lost 2-1 on Tuesday night at Northeast to the pitcher who's leading the state in most wins. And then she comes out today and doesn't let it affect her, and she just goes at it hard again. And just, I mean, gutsy performance. She only gives up 2 runs, and one of those being the ITP runner in the top of the 10th inning. So, got to go with Alyssa Clift. Just the heart that she pitched with today to give her team just an opportunity to win the game, and she did. She gave us every opportunity. Just doesn't go our way in game 1, but we got to get it, turned around and get it going in game 2 here.
Easily agree with you there, Coach. Great choice there for your Samstown Market Star of the game. We will take a short break, come back in about 20 to 30 minutes for game 2. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, Roll Tribe.